back again with another episode of Icewindale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Last session, party had arrived in East Haven after departing from Goodmead. They had actually skip that, scratch that. You actually had to do some quests in Goodmead. There was a missing persons report. A family had been out on the farm, and apparently there had been a sighting of Auriel herself. And you guys decided to investigate. You found the two children, but and unfortunately you found the father, who didn't make it. His frozen body lying half in the snow. But there's something about him that didn't look like it was a natural cause, or even a stab wound or anything of the sort. Looked like he'd been desiccated, like rotted from years and years, almost mummified. And you found the children. They began to recount this story of how a owl-faced, horned figure descended from the sky above, and with one glance, their father had fallen face first into the snow. Their mother, however, she managed to escape momentarily before Auriel seemingly caught up with her, but rather than share the same fate, according to the children, she was somehow trapped, perhaps in some sort of ice, but she was there, frozen, and then suddenly gone. Disappeared, just like that. And you found the site of which that occurred. It seemed like there was a six-pointed snowflake across the ground in icicles. And you managed to fend off some hungry wolves that were stalking the little farmhouse, and then returned to Goodmead. They offered what reward they could, which was 2 casks of honey mead, which are actually quite valued in Icewindale. It's like the lifeblood. Now, you decided to head out towards East Haven, and when you arrived, you smelled smoke in the air and the smell of like burning flesh. In the town center, an execution was taking place, and all the citizens were gathered round, almost using this pyre of wood as a place to warm themselves. You met Speaker Whalen and Captain Imdra Arlagath. They seem to be effectively like the mayor and sheriff of the town. They pulled you aside because, fortunately, Stef didn't quite pass the vibe check. He said aloud something about being able to use powerful ice magic, and as they've just killed a wizard, or sorry, executed a wizard for having murdered an expedition, they're on the lookout for others who are magic users. And they took you aside into the town hall, where they got all your names, specifically for a lottery that is taking place soon, and not the type that you want to win. Apparently every month there is a sacrifice to Auriel. They are stripped of all belongings and sent out into the cold for the goddess of winter to claim themselves. And then there was the questions specifically for Stef, who at first they didn't seem to trust you, but after casting a Zone of Truth spell, there's a Cleric of Tempest here, he started to reveal that, actually you do seem to be just who you say you are, and that you've only just arrived. But they had other questions for you, and trying to figure out about if you knew anything about wizards or demonic-looking statues, and you were able to see the statue of Ertu. It was sort of like this black crystal, and it always kind of resembled the shape of a figurehead, but you knew the history behind it. They seemed to be completely dumbfounded. They had no idea what this is. Apparently some adventurers had fished this thing up from Lac Dinnershire not too long ago, and the most disturbing and unusual factor is that there is a woman strapped, like lashed with rope to the actual figure itself, and it is dripping wet almost as if they've just been pulled out of the water, but apparently this happened months ago. And you heard sobbing coming from this figure, even though they are completely still, and pale. For everyone else, they assume this is just a drowned woman, but you can hear something about her. And as you looked into the realm of the weave, cast detect magic, and saw there was necromancy aboard, surrounding this woman. But the black ice, the actual statue itself, it seemed to have this fragmented, shattered sort of aura of magic about it. And you believe this might be, as the cleric said, some sort of desecration that has occurred here. And the last thing we left off with was having you summon a familiar little monkey, hop over with their little fairy wings, and touch the this strange pale woman. And as soon as that happened, the monkey's eyes rolled back into their skull. You heard this clicking sound as their neck almost rotated at an unnatural 180-degree angle and just stared blankly at you, Stef. And as you tried to contact your familiar mentally, you heard the sound of the sobbing again, but this time coming from the mind of your monkey. And that is where we left off. And I think we're going to start with the other group who decided to leave and head to the Temple of Tempest, it's called the Hall of Endurance. And it's a garrison in the center of the village, but it also doubles up as a temple. So this is everyone but Stef, effectively. So I'll just drag your
as we're going there, I'll hit the sign and keep an eye out for anyone trying to bump into us, steal our pouches, things like that.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Give me a perception check.
Starting off right. Ah, okay.
Okay. There doesn't look to be many people out in the streets, although there was recently because there had been a gathering, but they seem to have all dispersed now. Now that the fire's gone out, there's no reason to be outside in the cold. So they have returned to their homes, and as such, you don't see anyone bumping into you or crossing the streets. Yeah, people like to stay inside in Icewindale. So
cool.
Okay. All right. In that case, then, as you approach the temple, there's a little image down on the bottom left that kind of represents this, almost shaped like a ziggurat of sorts. And there's these big striped blue stained glass windows on the side. And that's actually surrounded by a wall. And you can see another massive building is the actual garrison itself. This is probably where Imdra, the captain, is stationed, along with many, many soldiers. Yeah, the complex is surrounded by like an 8-foot tall stone wall. There's 2 entrances, and as you approach, you can see 2 guards standing post at each entrance. They wear the tabard of Tempest, which is a flaming sword upon a shield. And they greet you they're like huddled underneath a roof and just bundled together like, yes, sir. Welcome to the Hall of Endurance. Can we help you?
Can I just salute and keep walking?
Um,
I'm just kind of trying to bluff that I'm supposed to be going this way and that they should know.
Yeah, sure. I guess nothing's stopping you doing that. They kind of just watch you walk inside. There doesn't seem to be any restriction in this particular area. Maybe further in, but they kind of shrug.
Epic. How much XP do we get for completing that encounter?
1.
Nice.
I'm just going to follow Manny through. Well, that seems to work. Let's go.
Okay. Well then, as you enter into the building proper, this is it's sort of a barracks for the most part, but there is an entry hall. You can see several clerics, perhaps paladins. They are stood post at different entrances. Really, I should ask, what are you looking for, or who are you looking to meet here?
I guess I'd be. Can I take a look around? Who looks like they're in charge?
The captain would definitely be in charge, but she's currently questioning Stef, so you'd have to go to whoever's next in charge. Could probably see someone wearing a more like finely cut tabard, like brighter silks, and they seem to be praying at one of the statues of Tempest.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the party, and who do we have with us? We have we have everyone. Stef, Roki, Bellamy.
Stef is back at the town hall.
Yeah.
Okay, so just Roki and Bellamy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, guys. So I was gonna say this earlier, but I thought it's worth mentioning now. I think, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking, actually, you know what, just come with me, and I like invite them to come over to this guy that's praying.
Yeah, she is a fairly muscular, fair-skinned woman with light brown braided ponytail and neatly cut sides. She hears you approaching and finishes the prayer and stands and turns to you. Welcome. Are you in need of healing?
No, well, our friend might be, but he's anyway. Hi, yeah, no, I'm just was in the area, and you know, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Can I see it?
You what?
You know, the bit brown fella, arms adrift, you know, save the world kind of thing. Is it him?
Tempest himself?
Yes, yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
He looks at the rest of your company and sees that Roki is... Well, what defining features that give Roki away as a cleric would you say he has? Like a holy symbol, or...
Yeah, probably like the clothing.
She nods, just seeing Roki. Does very well. You may follow me to the Hall of Endurance. And she leads you out of this garrison into a courtyard, and across the way to this large, as I've mentioned, sort of ziggurat-like building. The entrance isn't guarded, but you can see light coming from inside, and she does pull out a key and unlocks the door. And it creaks open. You see the interior is quite magnificent. There are torches lighting this area, and each torch seems to be attached to a pillar. And in between these pillars are seemingly what look to be either weapons or armaments, perhaps of different legend, each one with its own like plaque underneath. And at the far end of this hall is the most magnificent structure. Most definitely Tempest himself. He is looking larger than life as he rides atop two war horses. Yeah, like one leg on each, balancing. And aside from that, there's a couple of other, perhaps, clergymen here. But she turns to you and offers you entrance.
Awesome.
Let's go in.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for taking us over.
In this, there is one priest that looks a little bit out of place, not wearing the tabard of the general regalia here. She's actually swathed in like black, and she has a kind of a gorse veil over her face. And she seems to be talking to one of the paladins at the back of the room near the statue itself. What would you like to do? Seems to be a discussion going on amongst them. And then the paladin kind of lets out a laugh that kind of fills the halls.
We go over and greet them.
Yeah, okay. So as you approach, you probably just hear a little bit of what they're saying. Something like, how can a little, what did you call it? Chimichanga? What? How can such a pathetic creature aid our cause? What we need is soldiers. People who can fight back against this darkness. And you just hear the woman respond in a monotone-like voice. Your soldiers will do little against the cold. You're fighting against the weather.
Careful,
Armor.
friends, don't get too close. She seems very edgy.
Oh yeah, she is. In fact, here, you can have a picture of her. She's this little token over here.
Oh, yeah, she's
She
all
just
edge.
needs a hug. It's fine.
Okay.
So we just hear that as we approach them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is called a chewinga. Whatever it is, it sounds like a waste of time. And I can't spare any men. And he sees like the other priest and says, Kaya, please tell this. Danica, is it? We just can't spare any militia for this little errand.
Can I just interrupt with like, excuse me,
Yep.
good greetings. You were talking about fighting the weather?
She says, yes, a hopeless endeavor that these Tempest paladins seem to have in their head. It's
Right,
not
right.
the weather. It is the weather. We still need to protect ourselves. There's plenty of monsters out there.
Yeah, like bring an umbrella.
Weapons won't help you against the famine.
So you're talking about surviving the weather, not literally fighting it.
Also, Bellamy, have you heard of what a chewinga is? Do you know?
Chewinga?
You know about this? Chewinga. You know about this kind of thing, right?
Oh, never had one. I guess I don't know what drink it goes with, but it sounds good if someone wants to get dinner or something.
Yeah.
You think it's-
So
Yeah.
yeah. Danica, we'll take 2 chewingas to go, please. We'll and Bellamy, we'll try it. It might be good.
She turns to you and lifts up a lantern, and this sort of ominous glow flickers inside of it. For a moment, you see it sort of pulse into the room, but then it just dies back down again. She looks at the lantern, is almost disappointed, and then lowers it again. She says, I am looking for them. These are strange creatures. They seem to be they seem to have supernatural powers. But I believe they hold a secret to perhaps understanding the environmental changes here in Icewindale.
That sounds like something worth exploring.
Yeah. Bellamy's a ranger, right?
You
Yeah.
know that he's a scout who wields 2 swords.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, fair enough.
So why are you struggling to find them?
They are elusive. Though they are curious creatures, they seemingly disappear whenever they will. And they're very fast. So we've seen anyway. It's hard to track them down. But I've brought this, and she holds up a lantern, says, this detects their presence when they are near. It glows green. It's known as a lantern of tracking. And unfortunately, these fine Tempest clerics seem to be unwilling to aid me.
Well, I mean, to start with, he checks names. I don't know her name yet. To start with, lovely lady. I
Danica.
love it when Danica? Oh yeah, Danica. I love it when magic items do exactly what they say on the tin. So Lantern Tracking, great name. You should get a patent on that because that's anyway. Why do you, can you help us understand why you need why you need these creatures? How do they fix the famine issue, for example?
The wingers have been known to bestow magical boons on those who come across them. Others have noted that their presence here isn't one native to Icewindale. They originally came here, likely with the settlers of Chult, and ever since, they have managed to exist in this unforgiving land without aid of any outside force. My understanding that they have somehow worked a way of coexisting with the land or nature. They were able to bestow such blessings upon us. We would not need for stockpiles of food. We would not need for endless warmth. But more so, I think they know more than they let on.
But can you talk to him? Like, have you met one and talked to it?
No one has successfully communicated with these creatures. They seem to be in touch with nature, but out of touch with civilization. Hence why their curiosity brings them to our little settlements. They've been sighted on the edges of each town.
Have you tried requesting the help of a druid?
Druid in these lands. She shakes her head. The only druids I've heard of are the ones who wish for this winter to never end. They believe this is the natural cause of the natural way of things.
I gently elbow Faith.
She says, "Oh, do you mean the frost druids?" Indeed, I do. They are dangerous. And likely, you should not likely approach them. They don't live here in the 10 towns.
Yeah, they're druids. I mean, that's kind of given. Okay, well,
Look, man. Hold on. We came here on some business, and it seems that wherever we go, there's more things to do. So, mind if we ask you a quick question? Maybe you can know something that can help us.
I will answer as best I can.
Right. So, we're here looking for people who disappeared. One person in particular, and the only lead we got is, and I'll give a little description of the Owl Master just so I don't flub it.
Okay.
Anything like that you've heard of, maybe around this town, maybe some people who've seen it in a particular direction or something like that?
Those are the disappearances you're talking about. I've heard of them in other towns. Yeah. In fact, one from Bremen not long ago, and then another from Goodmead, I believe.
it's actually good milk now, but well, it's a long story.
The one from Good Milk, Mead, is the one we're actually trying to find. Mother of 2 children. Their father died in the, well, abduction, I guess. So,
Of the other disappearances I've heard of, no one has ever been successful in relocating the disappearance.
You have a dingly dangly torch of tracking, right? Can we tweak that and track whatever we want, or is it just like attuned to search for Chewingas?
I have attuned it to Chewingas as of right now. It is difficult to determine what they are. If, with their close ties to nature, I believed at first they were Fae, but upon seeing the lantern not work, I recalibrated it. It now tracks elementals.
So it just tracks all elementals.
Yeah.
So if you're in proximity of an element, it's going to start glowing. And the process for calibrating this, is it a challenging one, or is it kind of a, twist a few
It can be
dials and then...
taught.
Cool. All right. How about
Seems-
this? And I'm gonna have a chat to my buddies here about this for a moment, if that's okay, Danica.
Of course.
Okay. Bellamy, Roki.
And
Yes.
I've got an idea. Right. This sounds like it can be really useful for just tracking in general, right? Because we know that Frostmaiden, Faith's goddess. It's probably next to celestial or a god or something, right? So we can use this to help find potions. So what if we say, hey, give us the torch, we'll find a chewinga, bring it back to you, and when we find it, can we have the torch as payment? And then we'll use that to find the missing person.
let's just ask to borrow it because I don't know, it seems kind of shiny and expensive, and I'm not sure she'd be willing to part with it for good. But if the exchange is let's have it for a few days, she might be more willing to do it.
I mean, we could search with her. We don't have to be like, give it to us and we'll find it, and then could we use it after? Like, surely she'd be some help in finding this thing she's looking for.
And
yeah, Danica, what do you... Sorry, go ahead.
At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We want to sort out this mess and make this place livable again. So if we're working towards the same goal, maybe she'd like to go with us. I say while she's in the room, and I should be talking to her. Sorry, Danny, my mind drifts sometimes.
Oh, no, we've gone. Yeah.
I'm
We
originally
help her
from.
He helps us.
I have come from Bremen, and I have travelled from town to town searching for them. However, I have had little luck so far. The lantern will likely only light up when a chewinga wants to show itself. As of right now, it seems as though I have run out of patience with these clerics and paladins, and I simply wish to return back to Bremen. I do need to resupply and report news.
We're heading in that direction soon anyway, right?
It's
on the list.
I have a sneaking suspicion after some of the things we've seen in the last few days, it might reveal itself to us.
I am, however, willing to part with the lantern if you can vow that you will continue this endeavor for me.
Well, that's what we're here to do.
We know where to come and find you after.
Indeed.
However, I would ask that if you're going to do so, this lantern sounds super useful, super great. Can you teach me how to change what it's looking for? Because along the path, it might be useful in, help us make sure we don't get ambushed, that kind of stuff, and that increases the chance of you getting the lantern back and us bringing you the Brennan. Can we do that as a kind of a deal before you give
Roll me a persuasion check, Manny.
I'm so bad at this. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not the end of the world if you do fail, though.
Can I offer help in any way? Like, can I try to seem like...
You can always cast guidance. Or if you do have something you wish to say, you tell me what you would say to help.
Crap.
Manny wants the lantern, and he wants Danica to show her how to change.
Can I say... We're very trustful people, and I think you can tell that just by talking to us. I think you can tell that we don't have any ulterior motives. We need to figure out questions, and helping you helps us.
Okay, Roki can roll a persuasion check.
We both roll.
And then,
reasons.
yeah, And then if you succeed on this, I'll give Manny advantage.
Yep.
But it is still resting on Manny. This is a specific thing. Okay. And do you want to add guidance, or have you got guidance? Out of curiosity.
You have guidance, but that's a reaction, isn't it?
It is. It's on a failed check.
Is that a fail then?
It is. There's a reason why it's quite high, but that will make it a success because it's only one off of a fail. So guidance becomes.
Oh, so it doesn't matter what I roll for it. Okay.
Nope. You've just turned it into success. Okay, Manny
Roll
can roll
it,
with
it's the
advantage.
number, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. Can I wait 6 seconds so that he's still got his reaction?
Just,
Sure. I mean, fate's
Oh,
still like
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was considering using that as a point of leverage. The fact that you would have to return to me to figure out how to change it back. But you do seem to have a trustworthy group of companions. I sense several of you have your own divine missions, perhaps. I will show you. And it takes at least 1 hour to change it. But she will go through the ritual of showing you how to change this. And for now, she doesn't complete the ritual, though. She wants to keep it as detecting elementals for now.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's changed, it functions like that for the rest of the day. So you can't change it just every hour on the hour. But
Sure.
if you wake up in the morning, you can change it, and I'll let you pick a type of creature.
Until the end of
And
the
then-
long rest, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then if that creature is within 300 feet, the type of flame the color of the flame will change to pinpoint that creature. Well, actually, it doesn't pinpoint them. It will just detect them nearby. So it's still up to you to sort of investigate and search the surrounding area, but it gives you an indication that you're close.
Is it a kind of
glow-
thing where bright? Yeah, I think Bellamy's going to ask the same thing. Does it go brighter if you get closer? Like, will
Yeah.
it give you advantage on search? Cool.
So it would just tell you when it's nearby, 300 feet. It doesn't give you any advantages to tracking them or anything like that.
But we know the general direction to go.
Not direction either. It is just there is something in elemental nature within 300 feet of you.
Okay. That's more than enough.
That's it.
How big
Okay.
is it? Is it like a staff with a lantern on the end of it? Is it just the lantern? Is it like
You could add it
Honestly?
to a staff if you'd like. That's a cool idea. But no, it is sort of just regular lantern sized with a large iron ring on the top. Yeah, the image is there. You can see a few coins for size reference.
Oh. Onion for reference.
Onions, onion for size reference. Yes.
Okay.
Or is that garlic? Who knows? Oh, it's an onion. Yeah, sure.
Miss Danny Gray, about these Chewinga that we're supposed to look, you've read a lot about them, studied them, know the legends at least?
The legends of Chewinga, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I can tell you that they are small, almost humanoid figures. They are painfully shy. They prefer to move about unseen. Oftentimes, their appearance is foreshadowed by gentle breezes, the smell of sweet flowers, dancing fireflies or snowflakes. So far, we haven't been able to speak with them or communicate, but they don't seem to... They still seem to have individuality. No two Chewinga look exactly alike. They seem to have these stylized masks that are painted like perhaps patterns or animal faces. Patterns perhaps only the Chewinga understand, such as the pattern resembling the soul of a particular herb, the name of a cloud, the mood of a stone, or the poem a river sings.
Right,
Other
but
than that, I can't really tell you much more. They seem to just be curious. They find the trappings of civilization fascinating. We are as alien to them as they are to us, perhaps.
and in these legend stories, when people have come across them, did they do something in particular to attract these creatures, or was it just luck and chance?
If we knew what attracted them, we would be exercising that particular behavior. I'm afraid this falls to you to understand their nature.
Cool. Yeah, we got this.
I must thank you for undertaking this task. Please return to Bremen when you have acquired one.
Absolutely.
You
She
have
takes.
you have Roki's word.
You have my word.
There is a church in Bremen. You will find me there. And she takes a deep, reverent bow, almost like all the way to the facing the floor, like horizontally.
Like, can I
And
slightly
then,
bow back? Not quite as deeply.
Yeah, absolutely. Her eyes seem to linger on yours for a moment longer, Roki, before she begins to leave the presence of the church or the hall. Oh, you see the paladin let out like a sigh of relief. Like Tempest, she's gone. She gave me all kinds of creeps.
Yeah, she's a bit. She was interesting. Manny, by the way, good to meet you. Put up my hand to shake his hand.
Welcome. Yeah, he gives you a warrior's handshake. What can
Actually,
I think she
Yeah,
means
you
well.
go.
She just looks a bit scary.
the flames died down a little when she came in here, I can tell you that much. And finally, when she does leave, you see the flames kind of like roar up a bit more.
Okay. The fire was scared of her. Never seen that before.
I'm not in. I don't mean to be funny, guys. I'm not entirely convinced that she wants these chwangas for good reasons. I know they say don't judge a tome by its cover, but also fire scared
What
of her.
suggest we do about that? I'm not really one to go against my word.
No, I'm not one to go against your word either, but yeah. Should we play it by ear?
Don't we always?
By the sound of it, you might be able to talk to these Chwangas ourselves and get some answers out of them.
Oh, fair point. Yeah.
You don't need to know we were planning on talking to them for our own questions. Chwinga.
Chwinga. Yeah. I think
Chimichangas.
We think they're called Chwangas.
That's what the paladin called them, because he was like, Chimmy what now? Yeah,
the Chimihuhuhas. Yeah.
I haven't heard of it before. So.
Well, unless you're here to gaze upon the glory of the previous warriors of Tempus, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I mean a tour would be nice, but I think we've got everything we need. By the way, Tempus looking good as always.
He gestures to the left.
Yep.
This is the bloody Ashram's axe, the weapon of the merciless warlord Ashram. And he gestures it across the room. This is Bonecracker, the warhammer of Dumok the Fist. He was said to have died during an assault of Dragonspire Castle. Man, I wish I would have been part of that one. You can actually see them in the art. They're like, you see all the little.
Out of game question. What was our original reason for coming here? Because I can't
investigating the disappearance of the mother of the 2 children, and this was the closest and safest town.
We were originally because I think to start with, can we go get Stef because he's been arrested?
Yeah, there
let's
was
do
stuff
that.
happening with Stef, and then somehow we're going
Time to
to
head back.
I can't remember that.
I completely forgot. But can we go? Like,
Yeah.
if we at least collect his remains?
Of
Yeah, I'm
course.
sure he's fine. He's such a smooth talker.
Well, yeah.
As you all head out, turn and head out, you see Faith is still like listening, nodding in reverence. The golden lance of Kedwir, wielded by one of the greatest horsemen of the realm. And you have to like grab Faith's arm, like. Oh, right, yes, fascinating stuff. Thank you for telling me. But wait, we didn't get to the helm of Gardoom Green Axe. I'll check it out later. All right, so you go back to the town hall, and I would say it's not too much trouble to ask a few guards. They will let you back in, and as you catch up to him, he doesn't seem to be under arrest. He doesn't seem to have been murdered. But you know, I will ask, Stef, what have you been doing during this time? After a couple of the guards have been freaked out, they're like, I don't think your monkey is well. Should probably see a cleric for that one.
Who asked me about it? The guard asked me about it?
Yeah, one of the militiamen.
I don't know. That's just Chibbles doing Chibbles.
But you said his name was Abe.
I decided that he's called Chibbles.
Oh.
I can do that. I have to afford it.
He's definitely someone new now, that's for sure. Whoever he was before, it's not the same monkey, but in my eyes.
I mean, did I see anything from my familiar? Like, we were telepathically connected, and you said you figured that out?
Yeah, when you look through the eyes, if you look through the eyes of this monkey, which is now dripping wet, by the way, it does have normal vision around. You can still see the room. You can see yourself if it's facing you. But the only thing you now know is when you talk to your familiar, you just hear this sobbing reply. Kind of like
Yeah, I don't know. Chibbles downloaded some malware. Clicked the button that he wasn't supposed to.
Sorry, I don't speak Draconic.
Well, guys. While you've been gone, I've kind of made my monkey touch the statue, and there's
a monkey.
I have a monkey.
What? Why didn't you introduce us?
Well, I just came up with him on the spot.
What's statue?
The giant demonic thing, like right behind me there.
So I'm gonna say you're like here.
To a statue.
Oh yeah. Statue's in the next room. There's also a wet woman chained to it. Like literally wet, like dripping salt water.
Speaker Wayland says, these are the adventurers with you, yes?
Yes, they are with.
Okay.
Well, they were up until now, but then you took me away from them. That was kind of rude.
Yes, well, we had to make sure that you weren't
Sorry.
a red wizard. We now know you're just a blue wizard. But if they are with you, I suppose it won't hurt to show you the statue. Please refrain from touching it.
Oh, no, Roki, you should go ahead and touch the statue.
What? Why am I touching?
Chibbles liked.
Oh, God.
Is that the statue? The blue thing in the middle? Or not blue?
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I will find you the image again because this figure head is a sight to behold.
Come on, Snow. Let's go.
Yeah, here we are. This is what's in before your very eyes. The guards around are right with their backs against the wall, like they want to keep maximum distance from this thing. This demonic statue is made of black crystal, like an ice gone void, and lashed to it is a woman with hair strung in front of her face, and it's dripping onto the floor.
Mr. Whalen, sir? Speaker Whalen?
What?
Yes, yes.
I thank you for looking after incompetent wizard. Why do you have a woman tied to the
What did you
statue?
just call me?
I
figured out. I'm not incompetent. I figured out this thing was cursed. Didn't even touch it myself.
I can tell it's cursed, but I mean, it's got a naked lady tied to it. There's something cursed going on here, regardless of what magic you have divined. But good job on that.
It makes you wet if you touch it. You see my monkey over there? He's sweating. Have you ever seen a monkey sweat? I think that's amazing.
Can I insight the monkey? Does the monkey look troubled?
You can roll insight.
The monkey look healthy. Is this a healthy relationship going on here with this monkey?
I mean, the monkey is part of myself.
Okay, so this monkey's eyes they're completely whited out. There's no pupils, no iris, it's just white eyes, and the monkey seems to be staring just like directly at Stef at the moment. The other weird thing is, this monkey is dripping wet, and that's unnatural because it hasn't been submerged in any water.
I'll pull out the crossbow and I'll tell him, Steve, I'm gonna kill your monkey. But
no,
first,
leave the monkey alone. It's just a familiar.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill it, but it's creepy and I don't like it. But first, and I'll ask the people in the room.
No, how about you use the crossbow and shoot at the statue?
Yeah, well, before I do that, has anyone tried...
I am actually with Bellamy on this, Stef. I don't know where you found the monkey. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's clearly just.
That's a magical familiar. If
it's crying.
What it is fucked up, and I don't like it. But again, let's back up a little.
Don't touch my monkey. Don't touch Chibbles.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna shoot it in the fucking head. Still,
Snort. Go and hold the monkey so that Bellamy can get a clean shot.
No holding the monkey. I think
let's not touch the monkey if we can avoid it.
I'm actually with Snort. Don't touch the monkey.
I would not touch.
Don't touch the monkey.
Let's leave the monkey for a bit. Moving away from the monkey, guys. And I look at the.
I think we should. I agree. We should all move away from the monkey.
Guys, has anyone tried cutting the ropes? Hold on. Has anyone tried cutting the ropes on the statue without touching it?
That's a terrible idea.
We found it like this. The adventurers said when they fished up this figurehead, had this woman lashed to it. She wasn't breathing or moving, so everyone assumed she was simply dead. But no one's dared touch it. I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. Except for the monkey.
Hey, Cleric.
Yes.
Why don't you try casting a healing spell at her?
Because I'd have to touch her, and judging by the look of Gibbles over there, that ain't a good idea.
You're not a cleric. Or cleric.
Faith does raise her hand and says, I'm pretty sure healing magic does not work on dead people, I'm afraid.
She doesn't look like it would help.
You shouldn't.
But she's not really dead. I heard her cry. There is something going on. She's also been here for months. She's not decaying.
Yeah, she hasn't eaten.
Actually, a person?
Yes, we found that out. We found that out during the interrogation. She seems to not decay and seems to drip. And my monkey can hear her sob. Don't ask me how I know what the monkey.
So you know she's not something else appearing to be human.
I would try. Couldn't hurt. Cast some healing magic at her. See what happens.
Manny, as Stef mentions, as he mentions, like he could hear sobbing coming from the statue. You heard sobbing when you insight checked the monkey. You got close enough to actually hear sobbing coming from them, but it wasn't a monkey sobbing. It was like a woman.
Okay.
Sorry,
so that she's. Oh yeah, guys. All right. Start with Bellamy. Shoot the monkey.
No shooting the monkey.
You can get another monkey.
No, I want this monkey.
Seth,
no, you do not. No one wants that monkey.
Shoot the spell of familiar. You don't have to cause harm.
You can.
Leave my monkey alone. We've went through so much together.
Nobody touches the monkey. Let's do this instead. Captain, can I get some?
Monkey,
can I get some? Hold on. Can I get some daggers?
you've got your own daggers, haven't you?
No,
no, you don't. Okay.
Can we ask
just
more
curious.
questions before we just do things?
Wayland, be quiet. You've caused enough trouble.
And I think Captain Imdra also responds the same fashion. She says, "I'm not just going to give you a weapon until you tell me what you're doing with it."
I want to try and throw it at the rope to cut the lady down to see if that'll do something.
Don't.
Have you
That's
ever
terrible.
thrown a
Don't do
dagger at
that.
rope? You can't throw a dagger at rope. That's not how you cut rope.
Sure you
I
can.
would
If you give me a
prefer-
dagger, I'll show you.
Why don't you? If you can do it with a dagger, surely you can do it with your crossbow.
The clerics of Tempers have informed me that this thing is desecrated. Attacking anything of it would be ill-advised.
We've spoken with the clerics of Tempers. They've got some serious gear. I'm sure we'll be fine.
But
Could I do
That
some kind of
said,
religion check on it?
it's... Yeah, I was about to say, actually. She says, that said, it seems here that the only one knowledgeable on this is actually Stef. This Dragonborn has informed us that this demonic statue is of a figure named Ertu, and perhaps you could shed more light on it. And so rather than have to roll, Stef can actually just tell you about this demonic...
Don't worry about Urtu too much. He had some deals going on with Jordan, big guy. You've ever seen, biggest with wings. Kind of like
You're cutting out. I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, Urtu, a kind of like big demon guy. Used to have stuff going on with Dristo Urden. Got killed in Icewindale. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like we should fuck around with that.
So he has cursed this woman.
I don't know that, but the statue is definitely of him. I say
The name is familiar.
we press the button. What happened? I like pressing buttons.
Okay, but
Steve,
can we do?
What happens when you tell the monkey to move?
Oh, the monkey? He's a familiar. He does everything I tell him to.
Well, tell him
He
to
has
do
no will.
something.
Stef, what did you ask him to do?
I mean, I just demonstrated by like telling Chibbles to go to like the other side of the room. And...
Gibbles does not obey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chibbles. No, man.
Steph,
that's weird.
Steph, there's a problem with the monkey. Oh, okay.
Leave
No, there
Chibbles
isn't.
alone. Not attack.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hold up. I think we need to roll initiative because someone is shooting right at Chibbles, and that looks like an act of aggression. If I was
Yeah, but yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
let me just get everyone on. Go ahead, roll your characters out.
God.
Now, Bellamy, you can pull out your crossbow, load it, and aim it, and begin to fire. But I'm going to give the turn order to see what actually goes down. Let's see. If Steph is before you, maybe he has a chance to react. Just need you to roll, Steph. Oh, it's second tap. There you go. He's got it. That means
he's before me.
He is going to go before you. So the other couple of
Yeah,
warriors
I'm
do
intercepting
see you.
crossbow bolt.
Oh, if he
Wait.
steps in front of it, I'm not
Hold
gonna
on.
shoot.
Okay, so hold on. A couple of the warriors say, whoa, and they aim spears towards you because they don't know who you're going to shoot just yet. I know you've already said it, but it's basic training. Someone pulls out a weapon. Roki would have a go as well. You see Bellamy pull out the crossbow, aim it towards Gibbles. Anything?
Can I try to command him to drop it? Drop the crossbow?
Yeah.
And just try to
you
stop
can do.
all of this and get us out of this chaos.
All right. Target Bellamy, cast command, and we'll see if he makes the save.
Damn it.
You fail.
To drop the crossbow.
And I'm afraid somehow your body doesn't listen to your mind or rather, maybe it does. Your mind overpowers your body. In any case, as you are contemplating this dichotomy, the crossbow falls from your hand and clatters to the floor. The cleric sees this as well and says, I'm telling you, we don't want to mess with tainted magic. Snorp says, That monkey needs Jesus. Stef, your turn.
But before I have my turn, can I just be like, Stef, can you dispel the monkey and get us out of this, and then we can calm down, and then pass the turn?
I still don't understand what's happening. Why am I in combat, everybody?
You're not in combat. It's just going in initiative.
Yeah,
so everyone can
the one
do what they
with
do
attack.
in detail. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because otherwise you get everyone like dogpiling, and I just need a initiative just so everyone can get their say, basically. But yeah, Steph, you just saw the crossbow fall to the floor.
I'll just
that's the sequence.
I'll just step between the group and Chibbles.
Okay, gotcha. You protect Chibbles. Chibbles is in between. In fact, you can actually stand on Chibbles' square, like as in over the top of them, because they're a small creature. So you can actually fully, like, protect them. Yeah. Okay. And I think Captain Imra is again saying, I've requested that all of my staff do not touch the statue, and it seems as though whatever has happened to this monkey, I'm thinking the same rules should apply to this until we further understand it. Speaker Wayland just says, I have no idea what this thing is, what's happened to your monkey, but I agree with the captain. And Bellamy, it'll be back to you.
Yeah, so
And,
basically what the spell says is I drop the weapon and then my turn, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
And we'll see
correct, yeah.
more.
And Alright, so then we'll skip back up. Oh, sorry, Manny would have a go.
Oh, and I just turn to Faith and I'm like, look, yeah, you get what I'm saying, though. It's like the monkey's clearly troubled.
I believe it is, yes. But what do you suggest?
I mean, it's a familiar, right? You can just dispel it. Even if we... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Dismiss it? Dispel it? Yeah, how does this work, Steph?
Yeah.
I
Stuff
could dismiss it, but it doesn't listen to my command, right?
If it doesn't
And
dispel
therein
it,
is the
it's not
problem.
familiar.
It's Chibbles' go right now, actually, as it happens. And, what would Chibbles do in this scenario? Chibbles looks up at the statue and gets right underneath, such that they are looking up where the face would be completely like obscured from the hair. The monkey is just looking up directly at it. And then it turns away and seems to look around the room at everyone.
But it's not back to normal, it's still...
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
No, because it's not moved out of that yet.
Okay.
The monkey moves, it does actually move past the group though. It seems to be going for the door, but it's just like at a walking pace. So yeah, you would now if you wanted.
I would just follow the monkey and see where it leads us.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it doesn't listen to me, but it's a familiar, so it has to listen to someone.
It's not a familiar anymore, Steph. It's if it was a familiar, it would be following you.
Are we out of initiative, or do we still move on our own turns?
That's the monkey's turn. It just sort of dashes,
okay,
but
okay.
If anyone else is doing anything aggressive against the monkey, then yeah, we'll stay in initiative.
Can we
follow
follow
the
monkey? Is that aggressive?
Well, let's just send Snorf to keep it. It's the monkey isn't the priority. The wet girl tied to the statue, I think, is the priority. But here's my concern. Here's my concern, Steph. Before we go ahead, if we let this dark magic monkey, it's okay. I took a look. The monkey's screaming with some horrible sobbing sadness. Right, it's not your familiar anymore. We can get you another monkey. I strongly feel this thing needs to be dispatched for it's too late.
Preferably without touching it.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we might get to the bottom of this by following the monkey. Because why would he run away? Somebody's calling him.
You know what tends to be at the bottom? Hell. That's like rock bottom.
I've got a feeling
Yeah,
it's just
sure,
gonna
but
walk
if we wanna resolve statue information, I personally would
How about we rock, paper, scissors for it? Because I think we're 2-2 right now.
I mean, we can also split it up.
Okay, let's not
What do you want
that.
to do? What would you do, Roki?
I mean, I'm going to listen to Stef. I'm going to follow the monkey. I'm like, let's not just attack stuff and kill stuff. At least give an attempt to dismiss it or find a reason.
Okay, I'll keep my crossbow trained on it, and we're following the monkey.
You've got to pick it up first.
Yeah,
already
did. It's a free action. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm going to end the combat. So, in that case, if you, Roki, Stef, you follow it, Bellamy perhaps at a safer distance. You can pick up your crossbow, of course.
Yeah.
Snork's like,
something else.
So, if I go somewhere, will you guys follow me?
If you're possessed, yeah, sure.
Don't touch the statue.
Snob looks, but I think Manny has a firm disciplinary hand ready.
Hey, animal control, and I'll yell at Stef and Roki. You might want to open the door. I don't think the possessed. Oh, okay.
Say that as the monkey reaches up
It
and
has
opens
wings.
the door. Sort of, yeah.
Just
It begins heading out of the door.
What is that monkey doing?
Going.
Where is the monkey?
Follow the monkey. All right. The monkey begins to head out into the cold open of East Haven. But it has a direction. Doesn't seem to be just aimlessly moving around.
Are we still paying attention to the lamp? Like, are we holding it out, or is it put away at the moment?
The lantern, you can have it out.
Okay, yeah.
And I like the idea. I like the idea that Manny brought up in that, like, you could probably attach it to a staff if you had one or something. But that's up to you.
Yeah, I need to find
now
a thing to stick it to.
I'm going to say that there's no chance that Speaker Whalen just lets this monkey walk off. He probably says, I think you should probably accompany them, Captain Imdra. This sounds like important business, but as you know, I have the snowman competition that I must organize, so I'll let you get onto it.
Sounds appropriate. Bye.
Typical, she says. All right, follow this monkey. See
Captain,
where it ends up.
do you have something to shoot things? Because we might not want to touch what we find one way or another.
I think
I have a heavy. Yeah, she takes off like a weapon rack as she's leaving a massive heavy crossbow and slings it.
Good shit.
All right, so I'm going to copy you guys and take you back to E7. Go ahead.
I think the last time you just decided to do something without thinking about it, Bellamy, you ran across a bridge and nearly died to kobolds. Like, let's discuss and plan, and not, I'm scared I'm going to do this.
We'll have to see how things go, won't we?
Yeah, you have to think about this is curse magic. What happens if you kill the monkey and the demon pops out? You ever thought about that? You're not fighting a demon yet. Nobody here is.
I see a creepy monkey, I shoot the creepy monkey. I stand by my decision.
Think it sounds like it's suffering, and I think it's quite unfair to be. It's just going to walk into the.
It's a familiar. They have no feelings.
Is it really familiar if it's not follow? Yeah, to start with, that's very offensive to a familiar culture. And secondly,
I made him. I can do with him what I want.
You've got
also,
feelings. You matter. Okay.
What if the cursed woman is using this monkey to lead us somewhere and give us answers?
Yeah, but I want to see where the monkey goes.
Oh, we're gonna get answers.
Bellamy.
Let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this.
How many?
Okay, hold up. Stef, you go ahead.
Yeah, Manny. Let me ask you this: how many cursed monkeys have you followed in your life? And
that's actually a really good point.
Great.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good point. Okay, you've won me over.
Yeah.
Follow the monkey.
That's all it took. All right, the monkey heads down the street, leaving little paw prints along the snow as it goes. It seems to be on a mission, and then it stops about some 600 feet down the street, and then turns almost like robotically, like at a 90-degree angle, and then begins heading again down another street. it's heading towards a tavern, or an inn, I should say. And on the outside, it is called the White Lady Inn, with a depiction of a woman in white gauze, white hair, and like this flowing dress that's kind of almost like it looks like it's caught in the wind. You could also picture it as seeing it as like underwater. And yeah, that's on the outside, on the sign. And so,
well, I smell a connection there, boys.
Captain,
White woman paint to the statue, white lady in.
You said no one in town recognized the lady, right, Captain? I'm asking the sheriff, basically.
I mean,
I'm not sure what you're getting at. Why would we recognize someone? I mean, she was completely drowned. I'm surprised her body wasn't more bloated. But no one came forth to claim that this was a woman who was like a husband or something. I'm not really sure in all the folklore, on all the legends. I'm just here to do my job.
But this tavern we're going in with that carved lady up there, any story behind that? Any local myth? Maybe some history there?
I can tell you that, you hear, as you enter into the tavern. You hear the sound of...
Right question, yeah.
You hear the sound of strings being plucked, and there is a small halfling with a big wide smile on his face, and he seems to be eager to answer your question.
What about
that's an act? This is an act speak for those who don't know. These are like the traveling, the preferred form of travel in Icewindale. It's a massive feathered bird with this long, sharp beak. He seems to be stabled outside, but maybe one of the travelers inside who owns it.
I don't know. I feel like Manny probably wants to talk to the big bird.
He could if he wanted.
He has a thing for him.
What is it?
True.
I can't see it on my screen. It's all blocked out.
Okay, it's called an axe beak, and I'll just show you this.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm hovering over it.
Oh, you got him? Yeah, this is an axe beak for you. Massive creature, they're large.
Oh, I want one. I really want one. That's
D&D's
so
version
cool.
of chocobos.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Should we follow the monkey? Is that the priority?
Oh yeah, so the monkey is headed straight inside. But it's this little halfling here who spoke up and says, you hear the barman say, give it a rest, Ronaldo. The travelers, they probably just want a warm fire and a nice ale.
No, actually, we're following the cursed monkey. Nobody touched the monkey.
What?
It's a long story. We'll
monkey's cursed. Yep.
Great. This is everything I ever wanted. I suppose I attract a sort of type of customer with the name of the inn. It's always the superstitious types.
In as few words as possible, what's the story behind the lady on the top of the tavern?
He'll tell you, and he starts turning and to like wipe some mugs. I'm glad you asked, because do I have a song for you?
Oh no.
All right, gather round. Hear Ronaldo's song. Goes a little something like this.
Fuck about spell slots.
Wait, what?
What? Wait, somebody cast silence.
Someone put him to sleep.
Guys, why is everyone so mean to bards? I swear. Poor guy. All right.
You just had to make it a gnome bard, right?
No, he's a halfling.
Oh, halfling. Same thing.
Have you heard the tale of the Lady Pale, who wanders like Dinashir? A legend that seems to haunt me, whose husband's life was sadly lost. In the murky waters, a treasure tossed. An old miser was he, in love with his hoard to be, for all eternity. O lady in white, what is your secret? Try as I might, you very well keep it. Yet I shall tell the tale until the fullness is unveiled, whether it be the treasure's heft or the face of the widow you left. It resides at the bottom of the lake, awaiting an adventurer to take. Forever she wept, for a promise not kept. It is death she shan't accept. O lady in white, what is your secret? Try as I might, you bloody well keep it. Yet I shall tell the tale until the fullness is unveiled. He takes a little bow as the monkey walks almost like right up to him, listening to this song.
That lake? Did you curse a woman?
Me? No. I'm
Why
simply
does the monkey let us see you?
He looks down a captive audience.
For the first time in his life.
Yeah,
I don't think we should trust this guy.
I kind of, you were right about the monkey, so.
Normally I beseech the spirits. It seems may be my lucky day. The spirits have come to me. I detect a presence about this creature. Perhaps you would partake in one of my famous seances. Here we go.
Hey, Bellamy, you want to do a seance? What's the rest of us go over here?
No, I still want to shoot the monkey.
If you do the seance, I'll let you shoot the monkey.
He led us here. You heard about that? Come on, Bellamy.
Hold on. Roki just gave his oath that you can shoot the monkey if we do a seance. So I'm down. Let's, because here's the thing, right? It's a familiar. So Stef, you told me you can resummon it, right?
I could resummon it. However, he mentioned White Lady.
You prefer him this way.
He mentioned White Lady and Treasure, and I feel like the monkey might lead us to the treasure.
I don't think the monkey's going anywhere.
I don't trust this person who seems to know too much.
Too much? I've told the tale 1,000 times, just no one else has been interested.
Who told it to you?
I mean, can we like, who has charisma in here? Can somebody perception?
Yeah.
I think you're confusing abilities, but let's let Rinaldo speak and then we'll check if he's truthful.
I've conducted many a seance, and though people call me a charlatan, there has been a presence in the room. Answers that only a spirit would know come to me.
I can do you one, but I think we can do you one better. Would you be interested in meeting the subject of your song?
That would be a delight. And he gives you a little wink.
Can we make a group choice on this?
I was going to ask the monkey first, but let's take it to the whole group.
The monkey doesn't need to consent.
So
just so I understand, is the monkey a monkey, or is he just an extension of Stef's consciousness?
Well,
monkey is actually. If you want to know out of game,
I can still telepathically connect with him. That was established earlier, so he's an extension of myself, more or less.
Okay. The monkey is actually a spirit, as you would know. Familiars aren't actual animals.
Yeah,
technically.
Now wait a second. Something's fishy here. Hey, little man, you're saying you had no idea we were coming here at all?
No, not at all. I suppose the spirits act in strange ways. What's that roll?
Is he being truthful?
Look deep into my eyes. You can see that he is, for the most part, pretty truthful. He doesn't actually know who you guys are, why this has happened. There's no possible way he could have foretold Stef summoning a monkey, having it get possessed, and then coming straight here. That all seems very irregular. But I will say, on the other side of things, where
he's not a very good psychic, then, is he?
I guess there's a difference between a medium and a psychic. I mean, one could maybe ask to tell the future, but no, he's more interested in the past. He could maybe dredge up things, even though people don't seem to buy his act all the time. That part remains a little bit sketch, Bellamy. You yourself, you know how to perhaps con or scam a few people, and this is the place where pickpocketing is legal, and so it might be a reason why he hasn't rose to fame as this famous celebrity medium.
Right.
Maybe because they think he really is a charlatan, and they're just scamming him. He's just scamming them.
The monkey that I did not shoot, and now look at Roki, led us here. I think if we want to see where the story goes, we need to take the little man back to where we came from. If that's okay by you, Captain, it might show us more.
Is the monkey still doing anything, or did he stop in place?
The monkey is staring up at Ronaldo.
Ah.
And after Ronaldo kind of took a step back, the monkey steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, interesting. So we have a cursed monkey following around the bard.
But monkey, is this trained? It seems to be dripping all over the floor. That's
well.
We're trying to find out what's up with the monkey. He touched kind of a cursed lady, and then he went straight here, and now he seems to have taken an interest in you.
Yeah,
and you know an awful lot about drowned white ladies. I feel like there's a connection.
Yeah, if you want to do a seance, we might be able to take you to the source of things, and you might have more success.
You're gonna make him touch the statue?
No,
Yeah,
I want to have him hold the seance near the statue.
Oh, I usually perform my seances in the back room here. Barbatan here, he lets me perform them.
I don't know. I would give it a shot, guys. We already followed the monkey across town.
We can try it here, and if it doesn't work, yeah.
You and Bellamy go do the seance, and we'll wait here, and you can tell us what happens.
I'll do the seance.
Okay,
that's the great thing. I don't even need to go in. I can hear and see through the monkey.
Can you, though?
I can.
Even now?
Yes, I can. I tried that earlier.
When you listen through the monkey, it is almost a bit drowned out by the sobbing, though. I will say that.
I hear a lot of sobbing, but I can see through the monkey, and I can look.
You guys go do the seance.
It just seems like I know it's. Yeah, I know it's not like a real animal, but it seems quite cruel. Whatever you're doing to this monkey, Stef.
No, we don't do mercy killings. Not until we have the treasure.
Come on, Steve. Let's talk to a ghost.
Yeah, let's go talking to ghosts or monkey.
What are you doing?
Very well. If you'd like to follow me, everyone.
I'm gonna wait here and find out after.
Too, right? Is the monkey staying behind, or is?
Oh, the monkey follows Ronaldo. Yeah.
And when we go to the room, once we go in, I'll keep an eye on his hands because I want to see if he's trying any sleight of hand, any tricks. Because frauds, like mediums, usually they do that sort of thing. Like they have smoke and mirrors to make you believe what they want you to believe.
Absolutely, yeah.
As they're leaving, I can just scream. I can just shout at them, "Scream if you need help, and we'll come if you get attacked by demons and stuff." Bye.
Come and talk to a ghost, you fucking pussy.
Faith actually says, "I'm interested. Maybe I could ask a few questions."
It looks like she went really quickly.
Yeah.
Is that too late for me to stop her?
Okay. She could be stopped, but she is eager by the sounds. She came here for answers, and if this guy says he said something along the lines of, only spirits that know the answers I come up with can possibly know. Anyway, Captain Indra says,
yesterday, cursed monkeys. No.
I'll have an ale. She just sits up at the bar.
As
so you guys, those two really don't want to participate. Can they change? Maybe they want to be part of.
You can change your mind.
I'm staying. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys do the seance. You can tell me about it after.
I'll look at Ronaldo as he's preparing, and I'll tell him, if you try to pull a fast one on us, and I catch you, whatever you use those fingers for, you ain't gonna be doing it no more.
He says, "Hey, you haven't got anything to worry about me. My interest is purely in the spiritual."
Right.
Plus, but besides, if I did, you do know that pickpocketing is legal in East Haven, right?
I'm guessing so's the payback for pickpocketing, ain't it?
I'm not sure on that one. I guess it's settled between them.
Right. Well, you wouldn't need to worry about that.
You wouldn't be able to enforce the law, I guess. Oh, I know what you'd do. You just have to steal it back.
No, I just have to make sure they never found you.
He takes a gulp for a moment.
Look, we're not enemies. We're friends. We're friends. How much is this going to cost?
Cost? Well, what would you like to donate?
While this is happening, I'm just saying I just look at Roki and just say,
"You can go outside and pet the bird."
I'll try and do a coin trick. So I'll pull out 5 gold.
Can we let Manny speak? Everyone's.
Oh, sorry.
What were you saying?
One sec.
I think Roki, are you at the bar?
Yeah, I'm at the bar with you.
Yeah. I just kind of I'm waiting for the bartender to come over, and I'm just looking at him, just like, so they're getting scammed, right?
It feels like a dumb decision. I don't trust this guy. Should we ask the bartender if this guy's trustable?
Bucky?
Oh, Barbitan turns and says, "Ooh, that Ronaldo? Ugh, I seen him do a few seances. He rents the room, so I can't argue with it. But people haven't been that very, convinced. I haven't seen someone come out of there and sing his praises, that's for sure. If you want my honest opinion," look side to side. "Yeah, they'll probably come back out of there with their coin purses a little lighter."
I genuinely think he's done something and he's hiding it, but maybe I'm wrong. We can wait and find out, I guess.
Well, I mean, what's your professional opinion on this? Do you think are we going to need to be ready for action, or is it more of they're getting ripped off?
Action. I think that Ronaldo could put up a fight.
I mean, it sounds like we're diving into something a bit dangerous, and the monkey has led us to him, so we might be summoning something dangerous.
Jeez. But in the meantime, I've got this lantern. I know how to use it and can figure out. I'm going to give it to Snort for now, but could you do me a favor, Roki?
Oh.
If you see that he's a bit forgetful, if you see he leaves it behind, can you just make sure? Can you? Well, you know Snort.
I know. Yes, Snort, take good care of lantern.
Okay,
Snort, no drop.
But if Roki asks for the lantern, you have to give it to him, okay?
Oh.
He knows about this stuff as well. And while they're in there, can I kind of explain the ritual to Roki so he also knows how to do it, if needs be?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So is it
All right.
Roki, is that alright? Can I just are you happy
Yeah.
for me to just go? Alright, so I kind of explain the ritual that I showed while those guys are in there so that he can use it if he needs.
Yeah. You need some sort of... I imagine you would need some thing that kind of represents that type of creature. So for an elemental, maybe you need earth or water, right? And then if it's a fiend, maybe you need some sort of ash or charcoal and something like that to sort of surround the lantern with, and you have to change out the oil, yada yada. But
Change the light bulb, that kind of thing. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Yes. All right. So in the back room, we're going to zoom in on the seance, and as he sat down on these little futons in the back room, you can see the room is one by one lit by singular candles, and several of them are placed up onto the table. And meanwhile, this monkey just sits down with his eyes still wide and white onto this futon right next to Ronaldo, and he looks around the room and says, "All right, are you ready to begin the seance?"
So what I'll do is I'll try to do a coin trick. I'll pull out 5 gold and I'll hold up only one. Let's see if I can actually do it. That's decent. And I'll basically show him 1 gold coin. I'll ask him, "Is this enough so you don't try to, get more out of us and you just do what you need to do, or should I give you more?" And then I'll pull out the 2nd gold coin. So I'm offering him 2 gold coins for this ritual if he agrees or not.
Yeah, sure. You show off a little, and he's impressed and says, 2 gold is, well, that'll keep a smile on my face.
Fair enough. And I'll just toss him the coins.
I'll
Thank
also
you.
toss him a coin.
All right. He slid it across the table. He pockets it, and that's 3 gold. Faith said, yes, here, have a coin as well. And Faith does her best, as she's been instructed, to hide the massive bag of coins she has. And she rolls on that one. And she just puts the bag of coin on the table with a heavy thud of chinking of coins, and pulls out one and slides it across. The monkey doesn't show any sign that they're reacting, but Ronaldo's eyes definitely go wide. Okay, didn't know we had some entrepreneurs in our presence. So, all right then, shall we begin? Now, just think first of all about any questions you will want to ask this spirit, okay? Oftentimes, when I've contacted one, they only have a set number of them, so bear that in mind. In fact, probably only about, counts the coins, maybe only about 4 questions I can really manage. So just pick them carefully, all right? Now, okay, let's all join hands.
Oh, does he touch the monkey when he does that?
Yeah, sure, he grabs a hold of the monkey's hand.
Does anything happen to him when he touches the monkey?
No, not immediately. But you see the monkey reach out perhaps to grab your hand then, Stef.
I would not like to touch the monkey.
You've got to make a connection. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Sure, I'll touch the monkey.
All right.
And Faith.
Okay. Yep, Faith holds hands with yours, Stef, and with yours, Bellamy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can I do maybe a perception check on Ronaldo if there's anything fishy going on here with, while he grabs Bellamy?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Sure. Roll a perception check. 10, 12, sorry. Let me see. I'm gonna roll something.
It's a question mark.
It is a question mark. You don't know what's happening under the table. No. It seems, well, with both of his hands clearly occupied, it'd be very tricky to sleight of hand someone, you'd reckon, Stef.
Okay.
If he only has 2 hands.
Oh. Right.
Say that. No.
Okay, let's bring it into the... That's what he's saying. He says, let's bring it into a quiet, to a calm, still. Let us welcome any wandering spirits into our presence. Those who have become lost, those who still cling to something in this afterlife. Unfinished business, perhaps. Perhaps a relative who's striving to reach out to their relatives who are still here. I feel a presence already. It is fast approaching. No, it's already here. And you start to see the candles flicker slightly around the room. Even though the windows are clearly shut, there seems to be almost like a soft breeze that just emanates around, swirling the candles like someone's stirring a cauldron. And he's like taking a deep breath as he does this. And again, the kind of candles flicker. I will attempt to open myself to the spirits. Open all 5 gateways, my mind, my body, my soul. The other 2, and I'm sure something will enter in. Yes, sense it now. His voice kind of becomes like a whisper.
Okay, well, is Bellamy shouting, or are you just not?
No, I'm just writing.
Just interrupting the RP. Okay.
Sorry.
It's alright. I don't mind if people typing in chat, it's fine. Okay, so as he's breathing in, like this kind of raspy breath, one of the candles next to him just like suddenly just go out. And Bellamy, you said you were keeping an eye out for anything kind of fishy. Yeah, you can also roll a perception check.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, the flickering of the candles, that was definitely him as he was breathing into the room, but he did it very subtly and carefully. Now that he's kind of breathing in this raspy thing, he seemingly like a couple of the candles are going out, and it's actually becoming darker and harder to see in here. It's dim light, effectively, but you actually have dim light vision, so you can see exactly what's going on. But you see out of his cloak, his actual hand begins to like reach up and under the table, and you're acutely aware that the hand that you're holding is getting colder by the second. Like it's going to like just a cold temperature, and feeling it's not quite the texture you'd expect. Like it's like when you squeeze it or feel it, it's not like responding to any touch. And you can tell with that perception check, because it's a 24, you're holding like a prosthetic hand, and his actual hand is now reaching towards under the table, like reaching under, but he's also kind of like jittering and jerking his shoulders around to hide the fact that he's making this move.
I would like to interrupt this because I don't think anything's happening, but I will do it like I'll just let go of his hand. I'll gently let go of Faith's hand, and I'll say, Ronaldo, there's a lady in the room, and I don't think she wants to be covered in blood, so you get one chance to stop what you're doing, or I'll stop it for you permanent like.
I can't breathe. He seems to continue the act. Like
I'll just
no idea.
In a fluid motion, I'll pull out the short sword on my left side and just stab it into the table in front of him with a loud trrrr.
He would likely take the hint at this point, but somehow he sort of reels back, and now you see his eyes actually roll back into his head, which again, probably a good party trick, but if it wasn't for the fact that suddenly the monkey like falls flat, limp on the table, his head just like
let go of the monkey. I will no longer touch the monkey.
The monkey is still breathing, but you can just see like this, its tongue is hanging out. Its eyes are closed, but they're no longer white anymore. You see the color return to the monkey's eyes. However, Ronaldo looks like they are suddenly choking. And it sounds like they're actually gargling on something. And their hair suddenly becomes wet. Their mouth begins like dribbling like water, not foam, but like they're seemingly like gargling as if drowning.
I'll yell out, Manny, Roki, you might want to get in here. And I'll yell out for them so they can hear it.
Oh,
and I'll open
shit.
the door.
Yeah. Well, come on now.
Okay.
As Manny walks in, I'd like to
Not wait here.
Gibbles is fine again. Just tired.
Hey, wonderful.
Yeah, but the bad news is now we gotta kill Ronaldo.
Should we leave Snort behind to watch over the lantern whilst we go in the room?
I think Captain Indra is jumping in as well here.
Wait, what does the lantern detect? I wasn't with you guys.
Elementals.
We haven't adjusted it yet, though. So it's not
yeah. But it does already. Yeah, it already detects it.
Yeah.
So as you say, enter into the room.
Yeah, I'm not walking to that door. That looks messy.
You see,
here in the corner.
Ronaldo seems to be convulsing for a moment, but as you guys all like enter into the room, and Captain Indra's like, "What is the meaning of this? What's happened to him?" Is when he begins to sort of stand up. His eyes become this kind of misty white, like something spiritual is like leaking out of them. His breath becomes cold as ice, like he was out in the open. And he begins to look around the room, addressing you all, and says in this kind of almost ghastly, ghostly-esque voice.
Now I have a voice. You may ask your questions.
Oh, sweet.
What did you guys do?
He touched the monkey, and that's kind of where we're at. And I think we have a little possession case going on here. Well, we can ask him some questions. But what do we ask?
Would you like some goat milk?
No! Shut up, Manny.
Can I literally cover his... Oh, I can't go his mouth. He's out of the room.
You can close the door.
Should we ask him about the woman that we
Manny, no dairy-related question. I don't think it's about nutrition.
Should we ask him if he about the woman that's tied up?
I would first ask him, what does he want of us? Because the monkey led us here, right? So
ask him why he led us here.
Fellas, we should perhaps use our first question to find out how many questions we have.
No.
we already know. It's about 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you see just the smoke from the burning incense has clouded the room a little bit, but those with good night vision can still see Renato standing there, and I have an image for you as well, but I'll show that in just a second.
But let's let Stef ask the questions.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
First question, what do you want of us? From us?
Asking what it wants of you.
What it wants of us. It led us here, right? It's got to have a plan in mind.
Okay. So it does slowly turn to the figure addresses you, but you can hear the voice is more like a feminine voice, but kind of overlapped and discordant with Ronaldo's own voice vocal cords. And it says,
What you want of me? Was it not you who disturbed my rest?
So that's the question. Or the question. Right.
Now
that's a good question, lady.
He was resting in a woman? Is that what was happening?
No, it's the woman talking to us. I think that's the implication.
Wait, the woman is
the
thing then? She isn't possessed by it?
I am the White Lady.
Okay. Didn't mean to waste the question there, it just answered. What's those talking?
But I
I'll do it
from the door. I just kind of shout from the doorway. What's binding you to this plane?
Vengeance. There are sinners, betrayers, oath-breakers. All have blood on their hands. Devil worshippers in Caer Dineval. Grey-skinned dwarves stalking the streets. Thieves, the lot of them.
That was a pretty good question.
you see slowly the window behind Ronaldo begins to be wiped, and writing is being etched onto the window. And now I'll show you the artwork for this. What's happening?
Visible dwarf.
What was the word?
Invisible dwarf.
Yeah, likely referencing the thieves that she just mentioned.
Are the
Where can we?
Dwarves? Are the
What?
Chikiwawas dwarves?
What have they stolen from you?
Spirit kind of tilts its head, turning towards you, almost regarding your question, but not able to quite fully answer at first.
It is not what they have stolen, but what they plan to steal. Their intentions are not good. They hide. They skulk. They have hunkered down.
Where do they hide? Oh. Where can we find those and worship?
Aboard the town ferry. On the docks of East Haven. And in the ruins of Dinev's Rest.
Oh, can we write that down somewhere? The Dinev's Rest, the ferry, and the docks of East Haven. Did I get that right? Out of character. 3 locations, right? Okay, 2 locations.
Yeah, just the 2. And I won't count that as a question because she was actually leading on to that anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I said out of character because I didn't understand it fully.
yeah, that's okay.
So now we're going to be looking for invisible dwarfs. So they're the Chikwas?
Invisible
Wait.
dwarves, devil
Longest?
worshippers.
The Castle of Caer Dinaval. Apparently that's where they lurk. Now, Faith does raise her hand. She doesn't want to interrupt you, Stef, as you seem to be answering the right questions, perhaps. Though she does raise her hand, sort of tries to whisper to you. Perhaps ask if there's anything we can do to help her, or maybe help the people of Icewindale. I don't know. Maybe the spirit knows of a secret like the Chewingas know.
Well, Faith.
A way to end the rhyme or something.
Faith, you're free to ask her your question yourself.
Really? I as long as
Yeah,
everyone's okay.
go ahead.
I think it's the last one.
I'm fine with it. I'm
She's-
cool. I have what I wanted to know. I have location. I love location.
Okay. The White Lady, please, if there's anything, any advice, any helpful knowledge or secret that you can gift us to help the people of Icewindale, a way to end the rhyme, or even just ease their suffering. Please, we just want to help. Once again, the spirit seems to slowly turn. Another exhalation of ghostly cold breath before she addresses her.
There is an item. A cauldron hidden in the frozen lakeside caves. It is guarded by Maud Chiselbone. The cauldron has the power to conjure enough to feed a starving town indefinitely.
So we find the doors and we find the cauldron. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm equally confused right here. So the cauldron, is that... Well, no, that's in response to Faith's specific question of is there anything to relieve the suffering of the people of 10 towns? Is that right? Or what do you think, Billy?
So is this guy still here? Has he not disappeared yet?
I'm in the doorway. I can't see through the
No,
smoke.
I'm asking the game master.
Oh, sorry. Who's still here?
Is
Ronaldo.
Yeah, is he still in front of us, or has he disappeared yet?
No, Ronaldo hasn't disappeared.
No, not right now. That's the thing that's possessing him.
The spirit, the White Lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
White lady, is she still here after answering that question?
You
What
see
was
that his
the
eyes.
name? Sorry, what
His
was
eyes
the
begin
name?
to.
The
Cauldron didn't have a name. The
Okay,
Cauldron didn't have a name. I'll get back to that in a second. But no, I never said a name. So
this. Sorry, go ahead.
So you do see an eyes fluttering. You see his feet, like his posture begins to slump forward. He like falls onto the table, resting a hand on it, as you see more and more of this breath beginning to exhale and exhale like an unnatural amount, especially for a halfling of his size, begins to sort of exhale from him. And it's perhaps during that exhalation is when you hear this kind of one last like raspy voice. It just sort of says, "Punish the guilty." And that is it. You just see Ronaldo does finally collapse to the ground. It just coughing and sputtering, almost as if he's just been pulled out of the water, and you see water just spilling out of his mouth like
As he's struggling on the floor, I will go to him and take all the money off of him.
Yeah, okay.
Is Stef okay? I know Stef touched the monkey as well.
No. The curse seems to have passed. Chibbles is fine. Can Chibbles get back up? I can control him.
Chibbles is kind of like. Whoop,
I just want to like know exactly what's happening in our surroundings before we carry on.
Well, I mean, I can try to like maybe roll an Arcana check or something to.
No, I'm just talking about like what we visually see. Like I don't want to be like just jump forward.
So
know exactly what's happening around us, and then we carry on the conversation.
Of the supernatural things that are happening, Ronaldo seems to be just coughing up an unholy amount of water, but he seems to be like survived through the ordeal. The weird kind of ghostly exhalation has dissipated since, and you almost feel like a cold chill in the air that kind of like rushes out like a draft, but rather than the draft entering, it's almost like it's exiting the building, and you can see the trail of candles that go out one by one as it heads down the feasting hall, and perhaps even out through the front door. And you can hear torches going on. People, like the patrons, like, "Hey, what the? Hey, whoa!" They kind of get spooked. But other than that, the monkey seems fine. They've kind of like woken up from like this little nap, and they seem to be like rustling their feathers and winking, blinking, and then they look at Stef, and then they kind of, as if they hadn't experienced any of it, just seem to hop up onto Stef's shoulder and look around curiously, like, "Ooh. Ooh."
I can't believe you guys wanted to hurt Gibbles.
Now that we've established where we like what's physically happening, Manny, you wanted to ask a question?
Well, yeah. No. First of all, Bellamy, why are you stealing from this man?
Not stealing. I'm taking his food.
Okay. So I don't really know how Paladin Oath works. Does Bellamy have to kill the monkey anyway? Shoot the monkey anyway for Roki's oath not to be broken?
I said he's allowed to. I didn't say you have to.
The monkey is on my shoulder. He's clearly fine. Leave Chibbles.
At this point, that's not my issue. I made the promise, so whatever happens, happens.
Is the I'm just trying to understand this. Is the monkey a Fey spirit that's an extension of Stef, or is the monkey a Fey spirit that, while Stef can instruct, the DM runs?
Well, let's say it's like half and half. I'm just going with I know about familiars, that they're kind of Fey spirits, but I obviously have like a connection with them.
Okay, but can you describe the Fey spirit's actions, or does the Fey spirit act according to? Does it have free will? Is the question I'm asking.
It does have free will to an extent, but I can't command it.
Okay. Cool. So, when it was not obeying your free will, when it was not obeying your commands, it was haunted by the Pearl Lady, who then came to the seance, and we took the spirit out of the monkey into the halfling. than it
Yeah,
had
that's
was.
kind of what happened. Great observation, Manny.
Cool. And yeah, okay, thank you. And apparently there is a cauldron that can feed a cauldron of plenty, right? A cauldron of food, of infinite,
Are we out of character or are we in character?
I'm having a discussion with Stef. Well, it's a philosophical discussion. Also, I'm just asking so that I understand this, right? So Stef, what I'm saying is, or everyone, what I'm saying is, and Faith in particular, should this not be the priority? These people are suffering. Would we not be massively endeared to them? And any quest you guys choose to pursue be made magnitudes easier by the fact that we'd be able to just give out infinite free food to the suffering and starving people of the Dale.
Hey man, you don't gotta convince me. Free food for them means free food for us. So yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? What free?
The cauldron.
Oh
yes, you see Captain Imdra speak up, and she does confirm that is possibly one of the most life-saving items that we could ever acquire. And before anyone speaks of this further, I would please ask you that you refrain from spreading this word around town. This could save the lives of many.
I mean, can we maybe ask her, because she clearly knows, because I've written it down here. Lakeside cave. Might she know what that location?
I've heard of a few caves. Yes, the lake isn't that big. I'm going to guess that they're talking about some of the caves, perhaps on the northern east side of Lac-Dinishire. I will have to have a look at my maps. I've got several pinned in my office, but I'm sure we can locate what it was described. Roki, what did you want to say?
So, if we find the cauldron, will the Tempest people help us with the Chewingas? And then we have the Chewingas, and then that's everything done towards helping us on our next step.
I have a feeling, Roki, if we find the cauldron, everyone will help us with everything.
Yeah, so we find that, and then we find the Chewingas, and then we know what to do next.
I would say this all seems kind of connected, you know?
Yeah.
And if I recall the town map correct, right? We are not that far away from the ferry with the devil worshippers. Is the lake frozen over, or can we use the ferry to get to the north side?
No, I'm afraid the majority of the lake is frozen. Oh. There are some sections where our most hardened anglers are able to basically mine down and into the ice to open it up, and they wait sometimes patiently in the freezing cold for hours at a time. Oftentimes, to fend off the chill, they'll bring bottles of ale to keep warm.
Okay, but so we could also go to the north by just walking straight across solid frost. Yeah. There is no danger of falling through any.
Yeah, there's always danger when you walk when there aren't roads. But if you remember correctly, I believe Caer Dineval and Caer Konig are also along Lac-Dinishire.
Yes.
So, do we have business there? Do we have?
The White Lady mentioned invisible dwarves and devil worship hiding aboard the town ferry and the ruins of Dinef's Rest. Some other cult in Castle Caer Dineval.
It's Caer Dineval, Caer, is that castle?
Yeah, it's
Castles,
an old
yes.
word.
Caer.
Yeah. And the ruins are Dinef's Rest. And the town ferry. And then we also have the lakeside caves in the north. So many locations. I love it.
Let's just pick a thread and follow it. If it's all connected, we'll end up where we need to be.
I mean, the cauldron could relieve so much suffering for so many.
Indeed, and you mentioned the townsfolk being in your debt, I can assure you we will find some adequate reward for your efforts if you do retrieve this cauldron. And again, I have to stress, please keep this confidential. If everyone found out about this, I imagine a race or worse, things could get violent. People scramble for this thing.
Before she leaves, I'd like to ask one question, because I've heard visible dwarves. Is there maybe a magic shop in town where we can buy scrolls specifically detecting this ability?
A magic shop in town. In a town where we simply just executed a wizard.
I mean, maybe somebody has scrolls.
Those things are pretty expensive. I don't think you got the chop for it yet.
How much gold does the gnome have on Bellamy?
Well, I took 15 off of him. 4 was ours.
What? Did you take more money than he had than you gave to him?
He's stealing. He's taking everything.
It's legal. I guess it's legal.
I don't care. Let's leave him with something.
No, he tried to run.
No. Do we want to be responsible for this guy starving?
He does finally respond because he's cleared his throat by now. He's like,
oh no, Manny, listen. Here's the deal. We take all his money and you leave him with gold milk. He doesn't.
But here's the thing, guys. We're in a town where being a pickpocket is legal, and we haven't had anything stolen from us. So if we start to get a reputation for that, we will just take people's shit.
Yeah, let's leave him something. Yeah.
Let's not steal from him at all. Because he also
allow him to pay for the room, and just let him go scam someone else. Whatever. We got help. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's not punish him for it.
This is probably the only legitimate seance this guy's ever done, and we're stealing from him.
So
I kind of get the feeling.
Got what was promised.
I kind of get the feeling, and I might not be the best at reading people, but I kind of get the feeling that you think you can tell me what to do. That ain't the case, Haas. If you want to give him something, that's on you. This boy tried to steal from me, and I
did he try to steal Faith? Did he try to steal from you?
I'm sorry, I was so caught up in the seance, I didn't really see what was happening. I don't know. Bellamy's the only one who actually saw it.
Look, if you want to do charity...
All I'm saying, Bellamy, is that you're at a crossroads in life, right? Mm. If you choose to start picking people's pockets and stealing from people in this town, I imagine the word will get around about our party, and then we will be the subject of retaliatory thefts, which means, and we might not always. The thing is, if we catch them, great, but if we don't catch them, we're screwed. So if you want to steal from this guy, fine, but just bear in mind that some of us are quite burdened, and this town is very willing to alleviate them of their burdens. I kind of look at Faith, making it very obvious what I'm talking about. So it's not a smart move.
You said a lot of words just there, so what are you gonna do?
What do you mean, what am I gonna do? What do you mean? I'm going to advise you not to steal from this particular guy who provided a service, because we will face retaliatory thefts.
First of all, I didn't steal. I took. Second of all, if he didn't want his point taken, he should have taken my offer when we gave him the gold, because we paid him.
What was the offer?
I feel like I'm being grilled over here, and again, like I mentioned earlier, I don't answer to you.
I'm just... Okay.
So if you want to give him gold... Go ahead and give him gold.
I'm gonna give him 3 goats.
You're gonna give him...
Got it.
You don't have goats with you.
I do. I've got some. How many goats did I bring with me? Was it 8?
That's up to you. That's up to you how many goats you brought.
Oh, okay.
But at the end of the day, I love how this conversation's happening right in front of the captain of the guard, and she doesn't give a shit because, like you said, it's not illegal here.
I'm gonna ask the captain of the guard. if people don't pickpocket, are they generally left alone? Do you know?
Well, I would ask, what is the nature of most humankind?
Okay, yeah.
People like to get even, don't they?
People like to get even. There you go. And I mean, listen, I've got nothing. What they're going to steal? My cloak. Like, I'm not worried. But what I am saying is that we may have things that are more valuable than what you aim to gain in these few moments here, Bellamy. You can do whatever you want to
Bellamy's
do.
wandered away.
Yeah, he's gone. He's just out. He's just stolen it.
He doesn't seem to want to listen to your words of wisdom, but that's
I mean,
fine.
I
He'll
didn't want
find
to.
out either way.
I chose not to be in the sense, but because I didn't want to be screwed over. I don't feel like anyone who came in here willingly should be screwing this guy. So let's leave him a little something. I want to go give a tip to the bartender. We know where we're going next. Can we go get a nice long rest? It's been a long day, and then head there in the morning. Does that sound good?
If you're planning on leaving, I will go to my office, figure out perhaps if any anglers have heard of such a cave on the lakeside, and if you could report to me in the morning before your departure, I'll see if I can locate the exact cave which was being mentioned here.
That sounds like a perfect plan. Is everyone happy with that?
Can we get bored here?
Can't we have somewhere we can get board for free? The guy you gave goats to.
Yeah, but we have to journey back. It takes, I don't know, 3 or 4
It's
hours.
a day.
Or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's a whole day away.
Is it?
And a frost check away. So
Yeah,
Sorry, my
yeah.
bad. Yeah, I'm
We can do it. I'm just saying that it comes with a risk, you know.
Okay, yeah, let's try and find some board here then. You're
And
right.
we just came into 15 gold, so we can afford rooms.
Bellamy
I'm
came
gonna.
into 15 gold.
Yeah, I know.
Can I give the bartender 5 gold to kick the gnome out? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, before he does, can I ask Faith to borrow 15 gold to pay this guy without Bellamy knowing, so that we don't end up being subject to pickpockets constantly?
Yeah, you know what? Sure. Faith says it's all right. You don't need to borrow from me. Here, Ronaldo. Please. I hope this is enough to turn your life around. I lived on the streets once as well. I know how hard it can be. But
He's got 3 goats now, so you know we're even, right?
And yeah, take care of the goats too. All right. Faith leaves, and Ronaldo says, between coughs, "Thank you, miss." What the hell was that?
What are we gonna do about Bellamy? Like, it's trying to attack your monkey. Do this, jumping across. He's a danger to us. We need to figure something out. Can we be heading back to the bar as we're talking?
Yeah, sure. You can move your tokens as you wish.
I literally can't because Faith's in the way or something.
Oh no, I put you in the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry. You do need to... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
As long as you're not dragging your token through a wall, you should be...
Can you just remove Chibble's token or attach it?
Yeah, you can...
Can I throw some silver?
I can give
at the
you...
bartender?
I can give you permission of...
My sheet says I have fucking Electrum. What?
I mean, you can just hide the token and Chibble sitting on the shoulder.
So
I don't mind. I can give you permission. Here you go. So Stef, you now own the token.
If I give the bartender 5 silver, how does it react to that? Is that enough for him to be happy with me?
This is more than enough. Are you paying for a room, or is it just for the drinks?
Just appreciating your service.
Oh no, I did something.
However, we are looking for a room.
How do I unselect?
Unselect. You just Control Alt C, or sorry, Shift Alt C. He says through that door there, you'll find plenty of bedrolls. I've got rooms for everyone, but you'll have to get cozy. It's enough to stay out of the cold.
I'll tell the bartender. If it's any difference, we beat the little guy over there at his own game, so might we get a discount on the rooms?
Did you really? Ronaldo's luck finally cut out. All right. Let me see. I'll take a silver off. At the end of the day, he was paying me, so
You know what? Have 2, and I'll toss him 2 silver.
Ah, thank you. You'll find your bedrolls in the long chamber over there.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
kindly.
as you can see, it's not the most secure looking place, but it's, as you advertised, it's a place out of the cold.
Not the most secure looking.
No, you could.
Right.
You could
Oh, come
probably
on, we
very
can
easily
take-
get pickpocketed.
Which
We
bed
can
is
take
furthest
watches.
away from the windows? Just, I don't want to be next to windows right now.
You don't like the handwriting appearing, so it's just like.
No, it's not that. It's last of us was near a window. I got attacked by multiple wolves.
Oh, okay. True. All right. In that case, if you want to head to sleep, you can. We can go over to the next morning, unless there's anything else.
I feel
wanna do.
fine. I don't want to sleep. I'll stay in the bar.
If you don't sleep, you'll get a level of exhaustion.
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
You might have to. You'll roll a Constitution save. If he fails that save, then you'll get one. But
Cool.
you
That's actually a
can
nice
you can
system.
try to stay awake.
I'll roll.
Yeah.
Where's our little kobold friends?
Oh, the Snorf is by the bar, finishing off
Yeah,
everyone's dregs.
Does it matter if it's an ability check or a saving?
It's a saving throw.
Can I just shout for Manny? Manny, bring Snorp in here. I want to keep in sight with the lantern.
Oh yeah, fair point. Come on,
It's
Snorp. Let's be up to bed.
I don't mistrust him. I just mistrust his attention span around other thieves.
Oh no, I completely agree. But he's proved himself. I think. Well, he's starting to prove himself. He'll do all right.
It's just him losing attention and someone else stealing it. I'm worried about.
Let's just put him between. Let's put Snorp between us.
We'll
There we go.
protect him.
Yeah, we're gonna protect you, Snorp. Don't worry.
Does this place have food as well? As we can have a dinner or something?
Yeah. He was gonna prepare you some soup.
Nice.
I'll eat
there
it.
you go.
I'm just fucking conked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a
It's a
message
fishy
on
soup.
Discord. Can you just check it, please?
Yep. Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes I miss them. Okay. So, unfortunately, Steph, that is actually a fail. You need a DC 10 for the first day, and then the DC becomes increasingly more difficult the longer you try to go without sleep. But yeah, that's a fail, and I'm afraid you do end up in the morning.
Wait, can I do guidance?
Oh, you mean it's a saving
Oh,
throw.
it's a
You
saving
can't use
throw, I
guns.
can't. Yeah, sorry. my bad.
Yeah, and you'd need to be within 10 feet of him and awake. But this kind of happens right at the very end of the night when he's been pushed to his limits. His eyes are starting to feel heavy. Okay, but I'm just gonna go around. So Roki, you go ahead. You go straight to bed. Yeah, you sleeping. Been a long day for you. Snorp's snoring. Probably where they got his name. Snore. And Bellamy, you're going to bed as well?
Yeah,
Or are you trying to
when
stay
everyone else goes to bed, I'll get up as well. If I can, I'll just stay awake for maybe 2 hours more, keeping watch to see that no one enters the room to try something funny. But other than that, after what would be my watch, so to speak, ends, I'll go to sleep.
All right. Okay, you head to bed, and all right. 1 second. Give me a moment, guys. Okay.
We don't get a full long sleep with inflicting wounds on everything I say.
So there's other people who come and go. The door does open. Occasionally during the night, other patrons come in. They find their bed and snuggle up, trying to keep warm. And yeah, eventually, by the time you've finished your watch, Bellamy, it does look like all the patrons in here have filed in and found their spots. The only one who isn't, Stef. Oh yeah, Faith is in here as well, of course.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of people in here. Ronaldo as well. Sheepishly comes in, finds a spot. Okay. Awkwardly, it's right next to your bed. Bellamy. But
Oh, wait,
Okay,
I
guys.
have my monkeys. I'll send him watch.
You want to have him sit and watch?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, your monkey can make a perception check if it's watching.
Just has my stuff, I guess, right? Or does it?
It does use your own monkeys.
Yeah.
Unless of course you're looking through the monkey's eyes.
Oh, is it with disadvantage already, or?
The monkey's not exhausted, I guess.
No, the monkey isn't exhausted. I don't think familiars do get exhausted.
Oh.
But
Oh, monkey doesn't see shit.
no,
Monkey's
the
blind.
monkey
Oh,
just
man.
monkey snuggles up next to Faith. There you go. Cozy. All right. Let me just check something. Because there's some rules I need to check.
Yeah,
I
disadvantage.
hope you're a light sleeper, Bellamy.
Disadvantage adds -5 to passive perception. FYI.
Yeah, that's right. So passive perception would be -5, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so with
If you're
the
asleep.
16 because I'm rested, I guess, -5, that would bring it to 11. That's what you're
11.
looking for. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Who am I killing?
It's a good question. Because 11 is your passive perception, which means you would spot anything of
11 or
11
lower.
or lower.
It needs
Yeah,
to be-
so that's why I'm kind of laughing, is because, yes, 11 was exactly what they rolled. During the dead of night, just when you finally found sleep, Bellamy, because someone's waiting. Someone was waiting for you to fall asleep. You feel something sliding into your your belt, purse, whatever, wherever you keep your gold. I don't know, but yeah, your coin purse. You feel that jingle slightly, and you hear the clink of coins, which immediately shoots your eyes awake.
Okay, so depending on how you rule this, because I want to see how I would react based on how you interpret the situation. Normally when you're awake, like, you slightly open your eyes and it takes you a while to... Can I recognize that it's Manny, given that I have dark vision?
In this light, yes, you can.
Okay. Then what I would like to do is, like, in one swift but stealthy motion, just put a short blade to his neck. Not hurt him, just threateningly. So let's see if
Okay.
I'll add the +1. Never mind. It's not very stealthy. You see,
Manny,
just
how do
tell
you
me.
respond? Oh god.
So I'll tell him. Hold on. I'll also tell him. You're looking for something, goat man?
Bellamy, do you consent to PvP?
So, just as a reminder for everyone, if you consent to PvP, it means that you guys are entering to a duel that is non-lethal. You can roll initiative. I'll adjudicate what happens through the rules, but it's non-lethal. So at the end of the day, no one's character will actually die.
But so I have no problem.
I just want to
fighting
know
you.
the possible range of outcomes from this.
Yeah,
that's why
I have
asked.
no problem fighting you, but I wouldn't immediately attack you. What I would do is just put the blade to your neck and ask you what I asked earlier.
Which you failed to do. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, no, I failed to do it stealthily, but it still happens because your hand was in my pocket. Yeah.
The flash of steel is pointed right at your neck there, Manny.
Seeing that I would prepare for combat, i.e. roll initiative to know what order things will happen in.
Okay. Alright then, in that case, Bellamy, do you consent to this little duel, this fight?
Yeah,
It's not
okay, let's see what happens.
All right.
I mean,
let's
I
do it.
hear the commotion, right? Do I also roll for
There's no
initiative?
commotion. There's no noise.
No,
There's
we're
no commotion.
asleep.
Yeah. Is
I'm
this
not
door
No
open
noise
or
yet.
closed?
I
Is this
stay
door
would be
awake.
closed.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you are. My bad.
I
It
am
would be
awake.
closed. You are awake, Steph, but no noise has happened just yet. If the sound is a loud enough noise that I deem it
Son of a bitch.
to stir you, then sure, you can roll onto initiative and then you would join that round. But for now, this is just whispering. And Manny, we'll see what Manny does, but it's his turn to act. Bellamy's drawn a knife, and Manny, you're like reaching towards the coin purse.
And Manny
Go
and
ahead.
Bellamy's prone as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Let me
that would be
add
a
that to your sheet.
Okay. Okay. Talking is a free action, and responding to someone talking is a free action.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Bellamy's a strange character, isn't he? He's a bit odd. I'm gonna just get close to him and say, what happened with the goats, Bellamy?
What goes?
Not ending my turn. I'm just not ending my turn. I'm just asking.
Yeah. You can respond if you want, Bellamy, though.
Yeah, what goes?
So can I insight see if he knows what I'm talking about?
Sure. I think you know which goes, Bellamy. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say, do you want to roll deception?
Oh, okay. Just roll it. I was gonna roll it secretly, but yeah.
Yeah, we can roll out in the open, I guess.
Ew.
We're good.
And I'm insight or investigation?
Yeah. Maybe insight.
Insight. Yeah.
Insight.
Ooh, that is higher.
You've caught him off guard right now, and I don't think Bellamy has enough time to come up with a good excuse or rebuff. So, what go is a very shotgun response when he doesn't want to answer something.
Mm-hmm. So I know. He knows that I know. All right. I'm gonna press before I attack. I'm gonna press the issue and give him an opportunity to confess and apologize before.
Is that your
attacking.
mechanically? Are you saying I hand over the turn to him?
It's I should, right, but strategically.
I'll tell you what you can do then, Manny. You could hold your action to make us one single attack. That would be the best option, or that dodge is the other option.
I won't get the flurry of blows though. I won't be able to just keep beat the shit out of him on the floor.
That's
no, that's true. You know what? I'm gonna. I know. I now know that he has murdered one of the goats. I now know that there is something wrong with him. Let's say, or wrong about him. I'm gonna ask a question, and depending on the response, I will either hold my action or I will attack. Right? And I'm just gonna say to him, Bellamy, why'd you kill my goat?
Okay.
Okay, just in order to progress the game forward, I'm gonna accept that you know that I killed your goat, though you have no idea what happened, but that's fine. We'll say that you know that.
I do know because I know how many goats there were. And I've named them.
Yeah, but
right?
Anyway,
I know them by name,
that's what we're going with. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, fine.
I would just want to pause and say that there are potentially reasons Manny might know.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
What do I say?
No, I'm not going to dive in.
with the goat hive, man. Okay.
I'll take the blade from his neck. I'm still holding it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just tell him, what can I say? I was hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna attack them, obviously, because he's a demon creature who eats goats.
Okay.
So it's gonna be with advantage.
For the first
you get
hit.
basically attacks with advantage.
First of all, I am just slapping you. I want to be very clear. This is a non-lethal attack. Yeah. I'm slapping you in the face. Okay.
Yep.
But
and that will be with advantage. It hits. I should probably roll to check. I didn't target him, but I should probably roll to check him to crit. Yeah.
Yeah. Just roll a single d20.
Oh.
Okay. This will be your second attack.
Yeah.
Okay, and roll a d20 just for the first one. Just not even clicking the roll, just in the chat. Just
In the
click the little icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dice tray just underneath the chat.
See if it's correct. I don't think it will be.
Okay, so the first one's definitely still a hit. So 7 for the first. Would you doing a flurry of blows?
And then flurry of blows. Yeah.
Okay, so you got.
It's like I'm
one
slapping
more
him
attack.
like with the palm of my hand, right? One cheek, then the back of my hand, the other cheek, and then with the other hand, the front. Yeah, cool.
That's the 7 from the first, and then please roll for the third and final attack. If you've got them targeted, it should roll automatically advantage. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then
you hit? What the fuck?
Monks, my friend, monks. Now, that was a series of pretty hefty hits and enough, would you say, to make a scuffle in the room?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So, Stef, you can roll initiative, and then we'll see what happens in the next round. So, you're on the turn order now. Bellamy, your turn.
I'll stand up from throne. Get up to face him.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Do I want to one-shot this guy?
Oh, God.
But he's Manny. But what would I say to him?
You can apologize still.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not sorry.
The rest of you can also roll initiative, actually. I'm going to roll for faith.
We've been woken up by this.
Yeah, this was like, you imagine, like, whack, whack, doof, like, smack. Like, something is going down. Like, it's a pretty big noise when you're smacking someone around the head.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'll do.
Thud, thud.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Oh, I thought the monk could be quieter than that.
No, it was supposed to be
nice.
like a smack with the palm of my hand back and forth, but it was a bit harder than I expected.
Yeah.
Tell us, Jack, about it. Why?
And I really don't know what to do. I know what I want to do, but is it the right call? I'm torn.
Also, no matter what he does, right? I only smacked him. He's the one who brought a weapon to it.
Slap fight.
That is true.
Yeah. So, you describing it as like you've grabbed him around maybe like the scruff of the neck and you're like punching him repeatedly, like in the face, of course. I'm guessing this is, you can tell he's beating you up. He's making you pay for this, Bellamy, but he hasn't actually like throttled you or tried to like snap your neck, right? It's like someone's lashed out, or maybe even just got really angry to the point where they're just punching you out of emotion. So just bear that in mind. I guess it's obvious to you that he's not going for a kill. He's just beating you up, making you pay.
Okay, fair enough. Then, like I said, I'll just get up. I'll sheathe my sword, and I'll just yell out, "Well, look at you! If you wanted to cuddle up, you just had to say so. I didn't know it was going to be this rough, but hell, it is what it is, I guess." And I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. All right. Dodging it is.
Dodge.
At the top of the round, everyone's an initiative. You've woken up. You're all prone.
But here's the question: was it dim light in here?
Yeah, it's dim.
Okay, never mind.
This torch would have probably been lowered down to a comfortable light.
Fair enough.
I'll
just hold up my hands.
If Bellamy's happy to end combat at this point, I will just poke my finger in his chest and say, "Don't touch my fucking goats," and leave.
Well, don't play grab ass for the man who sleeps. That's a good way to get yourself killed.
I turn back to him as I'm walking away. "Don't touch my fucking goats," and then I'm gonna go back to bed.
Don't be a fucking asshole, and I'll go back to sleep.
Don't touch my goats.
Yeah. Sorry for getting the rules wrong on something. Yeah, you're right. If it was dim light, Manny would have had disadvantage.
It's
but
fine.
I just checked all the rolls. They look like they would have all hit anyway.
Yeah.
But you can both have inspiration for that because you were playing. You're both really good sports about it, and it didn't get out of control or anything. And I liked it. It was settled. It was settled, you know. So That was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, you can both have inspiration.
Fun,
I also wanted to spit blood in his face, but anyway.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Yeah.
Totally. Awesome. Yeah, no, that was great, guys. And Steph, at this point, you heard the noise. By the time you've opened up the door and looked in, you can see both people have gone their separate ways. You probably just see Manny walking down the here and getting comfortable back into their bedroll. Maybe Bellamy nursing some wounds, but
must have been the wind.
Fantastic. All right. So, and Roki, did you want to do anything, or are you gonna just ignore it? Wait for it to deal with it in the morning.
I'm too tired to
Hey, wait a minute as I'm going back to bed. What the fuck do the goats have to do with my money?
You were taking
sleep.
Yeah, I think you were paying one way, either the blood price or the other one.
Okay.
Oh well. In any case, the flying monkey doesn't like violence. He's gone back to Stef. Knuckled up with you. Okay. You all gain the benefits of a long rest. Except Stef, sorry.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bit tired, guys.
Alrighty. And it is the morrow. I'm going to skip over. Let's imagine there's some awkward glances over breakfast. Some people stewing in it still, perhaps. Quite literally, because the breakfast for the morning is stew. But I will skip over and say that you are all now in the office of Captain Imdra Arlagath, and she is planning out the route for you guys. She says, right, I've spoken with some of the fishermen. They say that there has been sightings of a cave on the northeast side of Lac-Dinashire, as I suspected. However, it is dangerous. Sailors have avoided the area ever since some fishermen went missing. Now, there was actually a pin on the board on the town for this exact disappearance, but no one has been brave enough to investigate up till now. So, I suppose really what I'm asking you to do is kill two birds with one stone. Please find whatever happened to these missing fishermen and find and locate this cauldron and return it. Yes, there will be rewards for both halves of this. I can imagine your friend, was it Stef? You might be interested to know that the wizard we executed yesterday had a few belongings on him.
Oh, sweet! Gear!
This will be your reward should you return with news of the fishermen. The cauldron, should you be successful, we will discuss then and there. It might take a while for me to amass some funds. I will need to speak with the speaker himself. But as you can probably understand, this is an important matter. We want to take it seriously. So we're not just going to fire from the hip and offer just any old reward. We want to truly reward your efforts if this cauldron is true.
What's the wizard's belonging? Do we know what's in there, or?
The wizard had a number of strange belongings that none of us are really magically inclined, but here, hold on. She goes into her office and you hear a lockbox being undone, and she returns with it. In fact, you're somewhere up on the second floor here.
Before we came out here, could I have spent some time in the morning changing out my prepared spells?
Yeah, that's always.
Yeah.
No, that's always assumed. You can do that whenever you wish in the background. Yeah, in the morning. Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, to like speed things along, she brings out all the belongings. So my question is pretty straight up, because we know this wizard might be kind of related to the stuff. Can I like ask her to look at it, do an Arcana check, see if there's anything that might like actually help us in recovering the cauldron?
You want a down payment? Is that what you're saying?
First of all, I'm doing an Arcana check and see if there's anything in there that would give me like the inclination that it could be related to the cults, invisible dwarves, caves with magic cauldrons inside of it. You know?
Yes. In that case, yep. Give me an Arcana check. One, actually, you'll have to give me 2 because there's 2 items here. So this is the first one. That is okay. So the first one, you're not really too sure. She brings out a grey bag, and she says, "I don't know what this was for. In fact, we didn't even find anything of use inside of it. We was hoping it'd be supplies or maybe even a mission statement, but it doesn't really have anything. It's just got some fuzzy balls inside of it."
Fuzzy balls?
I like fuzzy balls.
Yep. And that's it. You have no idea beyond what she's described what it could possibly be. And the second thing, and she pulls out a copper tube and undoes the cap, and she pulls out a very finely penned scroll. And as she undoes it, you can see the incantations, runes, and fire symbology. This is a scroll of fireball. These are the 2 things he had.
I don't know.
Confiscated them.
Balls. Fuck. Hey, Bellamy. Do you know a lot about nature stuff, right? Do those fuzzy balls ring a bell?
I'll take a look at the fuzzy balls. Do they ring a bell? I don't even know what I'm rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, Arcana.
Seem like a man who knows a lot about balls.
No. You look inside, and it appears empty at first. Like, she shows you, and it appears empty. But if you reach inside, you can feel like the presence of small fuzzy objects inside. But other than that, you're really clueless as to how it works or what it does.
To Stef and say, "Sorry, man, I ain't the ball grabber in this group," and I'll point to Manny.
Everybody touch the balls, guys.
Yep.
Don't you?
Like, the best you understand is there's some sort of like interdimensional space. You've heard of a bag of holding before, but it's not that. Yeah, but it's not because it would be easy with a 15. You would have got it with that. But no, this one's a bit.
Is she literally there allowing us to put our hand into this? And...
Well, to her, it seems empty. So she's like, "Yeah, sure, have a look for yourselves. There's nothing in there."
That's why I'm asking you guys to roll checks to figure out what this is.
Can I also roll a check?
You can roll Arcana, yeah.
Sure. I'm not very good at Arcana, but
I'm sorry, we're talking about balls, he's talking about a bag of holding.
There's also a rule. There's also a rule that we have, which is called you can roll again if you spend more dough.
Oh, shit.
Manny is a much better wizard than I am.
I can just imagine someone grabbing their balls and be like, "I've got your balls of holding right here."
That's just a straight up net 20. You're a net.
Tell what it is. Yeah, no matter.
Okay.
Tell what it is.
Manny, when you're feeling around inside, they're not just balls, but they're actually shaped into particular like animals. You can feel like the 4 legs of something, a little pair of tusks on the front. You can feel something with a long, thin tail like that of a rat. And you can feel something that's shaped like maybe an elk because you can feel its horns. And yeah, these are all like little tiny animals inside of here. And they're all kind of like fuzzy kind of texture. And it immediately comes to your memory exactly what this is. It's known as a bag of tricks. And if you use your action to pull out one of these and throw it, it will land and immediately transform into the creature that you picked by random. And there's actually more than one type of bag of tricks. There's different colors. There's like grey, rust, even tan ones, and they all have different animals of various shapes and sizes.
Can I?
He does not know what this is, right? Only Manny has figured out what the bag is, right?
Only Manny knows it.
Okay, knowing what this is, can I attempt to convince her that it is both somewhat useful and might actually help us find the cauldron if she gives it to me.
She says.
So, or even this, if I say, hey, this is fairly mundane, but I do actually need a backpack.
Well, one would be persuasion, the other one would be deception. So you take your pick.
Okay. Well, let me see what I'm good at, because I don't think I'm very good at deception. What would you be looking for in terms of a DC?
DC. I'm not going to let you know that, but I have a DC in mind.
Okay. All right.
Just net 20, Manny. You got this.
All right.
I can only tell you whether it's a fail or not, and then you can use guidance if it's a fail.
Okay.
So.
I'm
going to try this
to steal
he can cast guidance anyway, right? It's just a cantrip.
There's a reason why she would say no, but.
Dear. Well, that's
no.
not gonna,
so you can add guidance because that is a fail. Yeah, if you wanted to add guidance. Because you're all in the same room.
I don't think that'll be enough.
Like, we don't know if it would be good enough or not, though. I feel like this will be a hard persuasion. So.
But you're not wasting it.
Guidance is free, though, isn't it? So yeah, guidance is a cantrip, so I might as well, yeah.
Yeah, I always tell you if guidance will help in this scenario. So you can roll it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Roll a 4.
It should roll a d4. I need to change that. So it just automatically rolls. But if it's not doing anything... Actually, maybe you need to target.
Roll a d4.
Oh, you
maybe you need to target someone.
Okay,
technically, I should get advantage on that roll.
Why is that?
Target him and cast guidance.
Astral Pilgrim.
Don't do anything.
Okay, yeah, it's got like a d4. Alright, don't worry about it. Just roll a d4. I'm going to automate. Okay, it's only a 1. Shame. Okay, so she says, whilst you do have good reason to perhaps want this for the mission, I am unfortunately not authorized to give you one yet. These are confiscated items from a red wizard, you must understand. It took some convincing to the speaker just to let you have one if you find the missing fishes. Yes, I'm afraid I'm only offering you one or the other, but that is just for the fishermen alone. If you go ahead and find the cauldron, we will discuss a much bigger and better reward for that.
Awesome, that's understandable. Before I go, may I inspect it?
The bag of trick? I mean, the bag
yes.
of...
The bag of what?
Yes.
Yeah. So I hold the bag, right? And I just kind of put it in my robes and then just look at her because it's legal. What's she going to do about it?
You son of a bitch. As she begins reading the scroll of fireball.
You gotta understand, man. Stealing is only okay when he feels like it. It's a rule we have in the group.
Yeah. It's legal here, right?
It is
I just wanted to engage in their culture. I think it's really important that you embrace different cultures, and yeah. So we're gonna go get that cauldron, and do you know what? You have Roki's word that when we find it, we will bring it here and not to one of the other towns.
Just so you know, guys, the scroll of fireball is mine.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a you're a wizard.
Excuse me, you invoking my word?
It's gonna be
I am not involved in this conversation.
I'll also tell you that Roki person.
She laughs at this, by the way, but then her laughter goes still, and she says, "You say you want to indulge in our culture? Well, I can tell you that I wasn't originally from Icewindale. I come from the south, from the Sword Coast. I was a witch hunter before coming to Icewindale. In fact, I left the order about 20 years ago on somewhat of a sour note. I successfully hunted down a coven of Phlegethos cultists and burned them. And their human sacrifices. Alive. Rather than risk them escaping, you understand. Amongst the casualties were a number of high-ranking nobles' sons and daughters, which were not the main concern. The big problem the Order had was that burning them alive may have well played into the hands of Phlegethos and counted towards some sort of grander sacrifice than the cultists even intended themselves. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. Cool backstory. Really appreciate it. So we're the only people that know about this cauldron. Everyone in this room, we are the only people that know about this cauldron. Is that right?
She was rolling intimidation. That's basically what she just did there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She was hinting, like I'm saying, it's like she's alluding to the fact that she got chucked out for burning people alive and didn't give a crap about it. That's kind of what my culture is all about. So by all means, if you wish to indulge in the culture of theft, I might have to indulge in showing you my culture of hunting people down and burning them alive.
I believe you called it retaliation or some shit like that yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll get back on that. You know what? I don't want to offend you by any means. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out there and we're gonna go find this cauldron and I think the fact that we've that we got this shared experience here. I've learned a little bit more about your town and about your culture and that kind of stuff. That's great. But I think it's really important that we think about all the people that we can help with this cauldron of plenty of food. So I'm gonna be off, as are my friends. We're gonna go find the cauldron, and if there's anything you need at all, send a raven, get a sending stone. That'll be great. So we're gonna go, and I'm just gonna start backing out, and we're just gonna go and find the cauldron. So bye. And I try and leave with the
Yeah, as soon as you try and leave, which is the nearest door is probably that one, and that will take you down the stairs and then onto this balcony here. There are 4 militia. The speaker isn't there. In fact, make that 6 because this door has 2 at the front, and she sort of just goes.
Hey,
that
Manny,
man there.
Maybe you want to get bag.
There'll be a promotion for anyone who can take back the bag off this one's possession. All the militia look at you, begin to edge closer.
I want to be there seeing this, because we would have gone with him.
Yeah.
We would have all gone together because that's what normal. But
I haven't moved. I'm just letting stuff play out before I move.
Oh yeah, I'm going after him because I want to see what happens.
Yeah, so you end up.
I'm staying with. Kind of world.
Oh man, you're making new friends already.
Indeed, absolutely.
Just take a seat right here. Proceed, gentlemen.
Roll me an acrobatics check, Manny, as one of them tries to manhandle you.
He should be like a cool dope monk.
I'm actually good at acrobatics.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good.
Not bad.
Okay. The first guy rolls 17. Yeah. Grapple you, and basically pins you up against the wall, and as if someone were searching you, right? But you're not wearing many belongings. It's very easy to find before the other one immediately. Oh my god, the music! Before another one just tries to grab it and snatch it off of you.
Yeah.
Do you resist, or are you?
No.
Okay. So, all right.
Yeah.
Hey Manny,
I appreciate a good sense of humor, Manny, but I'm afraid not all towns are as as accommodating as ours. Just complete your task, and you can have whichever one you want. No sooner. And I'm going to make sure these are under proper lock and key. These are confiscated goods after all.
That almost sounds like the deal we agreed to. Funny how that is.
She seems to be no nonsense stuff at this point and sends you on your way.
Yeah.